抗拒诱惑，把没奶来的就错。今天带你出来走走。
好的，我们稍待会即将要关灯暗场，所以请场边的电视台摄影记者呢，可以移动到我们的媒体室。谢谢各位记者大哥，麻烦你们移动一下脚步，谢谢。
那是你种的草莓，不是起了纠正。你总爱穿高跟，不穿 Jordan， 完美要胜不了好胜我的罩门。没在逃生，我都奶没有门禁，脖子香水让人成瘾 ，Smell like berry let me taste it。你的水星，你的都 sorry。卡修也喜欢，忘掉也喜欢，带起经过我手酸。星座运势要我抗拒诱惑，把没奶来的就错。Don't go too deep, I'll hurt your feelings. Go too deep, I'll hurt your feelings. 半暝靠咖啡。
大家好，我是 Dora。那我们可以往这边看，今天是林书豪首战第一天，所以。大家好，我是 Dora。那我们可以往这边看，今天是林书豪首战第一天，所以大家都非常热情，然后很快就来排队，跟高雄的天气一样。那我们往这边走，这边的话，我们附近就是有很多的摊贩，然后每一次的摊贩限定都不太一样。
そっと触れるも 好不好？世界が終わるまでに聞かせておくれよ赤いの羽が似合いの片すトロフィー誰もが望みながら部屋に走ってないなのにきっと明日夢見てる働き思いこのチャートでない双手就一下好不好？拍手 Come on everybody in the house Hey世界が終わるまでは離れることないそう願っていた偶然な夜と戻らない時だけがなぜ輝いてはやっとできた心までも壊す儚き想い Gonna try to deny Gonna try to deny Hey
现场球迷朋友再次尖叫声给 Roxy Band。好的，欢迎大家来到我们的凤山体育馆参加本日的赛事。今天呢是我们的燃烧，一起来吧！主题中，面对我们的低谷呢，钢铁人一直用不服输的努力拼劲，希望可以将这一份锲而不舍的精神传递给球迷朋友们。所以今天呢，让我们一起燃烧起来！球场上的事情呢，交给我们的球员，雄亲们就一起帮我们的球员一起加油，好吗？那本次的主题抽呢，除了我们的球衣采用了玻璃教堂的缤纷感，是不是超帅的呢？有入手的雄亲，让我看一下你在哪里好吗？有买球衣的朋友。好哦，有一些球迷朋友，好，谢谢你们。那希望呢，这一次我们可以延续上一季烧赛的大南方概念，这次希望大家来到热情的南国，跟着我们的一起燃烧起来吧。好的，接下来呢要介绍今天与会的贵宾。第一位呢是来自我们高雄市政府运动发展局侯尊尧局长，侯局长你好，你好，欢迎您。第二一位呢是我们的奥运金牌举重女神郭幸纯，欢迎您。接下来第三一位是我们的联上集团苏永义董事长苏董，欢迎你来，苏董你好。第四一位呢，我们的金竹建设洪瑞堂经理，洪经理你好。好的，欢迎您。好，那本场赛事呢，将由我们的高雄钢铁人对上我们的前来挑战的福尔摩沙台新梦想家。现在呢，要为各位介绍我们的客队球员啦啦队。好的，各位球迷朋友，跟着一下我们的流程。现场球迷朋友，接下来呢，发出你最热情的掌声还有尖叫声，欢迎我们最有活力的钢铁人啦啦队、钢铁女神雅典娜带来精彩的表演。
Anti-fragile. Hold up.
再次尖叫声，感谢我们的钢铁女神雅典娜带来精彩的舞蹈表演，谢谢他们。本场赛事将由高雄钢铁人在自家主场迎战前来挑战的福尔摩沙台新梦想家。现在为各位介绍客队球员名单。第一位背号0号陈正杰。 背号3号吴家俊，背号7号林耀宗，背号8号王正元，背号11号林俊吉，背号14号吴永胜。 背号15号波因特，背号18号杨胜燕，背号26号李德威，背号28号卢冠良，背号30号吴松卫，背号34号吉尔贝克。 背号88号周国成，总经理韩俊凯，总教练赖柏林，助理教练陈世念 Thomas 刘文和，球员发展总监田磊。谢谢亲爱的雄青，你们是钢铁人不断努力的动力。 欢迎高雄钢铁人球员进场。 首先出场的是高雄钢铁人最可爱的吉祥物，65号 Number 65艾恩。背号2号 Number 2黑色闪电嘻哈小跑车后侧部头进 J West 张杰伟。 背号4号，新人王大满贯，钢铁当家控球，稳定输出小钢炮，陈佑伟。背号10号，瘦身有成，威力不减，钢铁坦克王柏志。 背号13号，颜值担当，男模，射手射进你的心 ，Captain Liu 吕正如。背号14号，网帅 No Filter， 打球最有仪式感，邱伯章。 背号18号，大港回归，禁区守护神，樱花妹最爱的腼腆男神林志伟。背号20号，松山铁壁出品，捍卫钢铁禁区，最悍的钢铁巨塔孙思尧。 背号77号，野兽派防守，钢铁寿司郎美苏西耶张博伟。接下来为各位介绍先发5人名单。背号3号，3分狂轰，准备发出龟派气功 ，Goku Nation 悟空。 背号55号 ，Number 55， 求职演技兼备，乌克兰国家巨神兵 Slava 克拉索夫。背号23号，拼命三郎 Hustle Player 钢铁战斧蓝少福。 背号8号，打球主持样样行，最斜杠的少年陆毅王绿翔。The last one， 各位乡亲，你们准备好了吗 ？Number 7， 背号7号，信我所行。 说到做到，这就是我的人道。从零开始 ，Ladies and Gentlemen， Jeremy 林书豪。总经理高景言，篮球事务营运长兼总教练郑志荣，助理教练洪启超、李婉如。 个人技巧教练兼球队翻译尹冠军，助理体能教练陈胜全，影像分析师陈嘉轩，防护员黄玉俊、包俊熙。Yo Jay, you ready?
1, 2, 3, Steelers！
现在把场上时间交给双方球员进行赛前热身。
Fly away 体中に広がるパノラマ顔 恐竜がいたら玉乗りしこみたいねチャラヘチャラ何が起きても気分はへのへのかったチャラヘチャラ胸がバチバチするほど騒ぐ元気だなさキュキュキュ
好的，在我们的球员进行赛前热身的同时呢，我们也来进行我们的音源热身。我们的音源口号教学，有请我们的17宝宝，还有我们的雅典娜女神们。好的，刚刚球迷进场的时候呢，都有拿到我们的折扇。哎，可以把你的折扇举起来让我看一下吗？现场的球迷朋友，非常好。2楼、3楼的球迷朋友可以把你的折扇拿起来。我们呢，今天的音源口号教学，先从我们的进攻口号开始，非常的简单。我们有请 DJ Armstrong， 请下音乐。Let's go 高雄！拍拍拍拍拍 ！Let's go 高雄 ！Let's go 高雄！大声一点 ！Let's go 高雄！非常好，我们现场球迷朋友，哎，还没有跟上的折扇可以拿起来，把你的声音借给我，把你的折扇借给我，把你的注意力借给我，我们再来一次。Let's go 高雄！拍拍拍拍拍 ！Let's go 高雄 ！Let's go 高雄 ！Let's go 高雄！好的，希望我们今天呢组队在进攻的时候，现场球迷朋友都可以配合我们。接下来我们要教学是我们的防守的音源口号 ，DJ Armstrong， 请下音乐。Defense， 拍拍 ，Defense， 拍拍 ，Defense， 拍拍。好，我们再来一次 ，Defense， 拍拍 ，Defense， 非常的好，谢谢各位球迷朋友的配合。接下来呢，希望大家可以把你的注意力放到我们的观众席，我们的太鼓达人 Tony， 你在哪里？来敲个鼓，让大家知道你在哪里好吗？他在我们的梦想家的篮筐后方。好的，接下来太鼓达人 Tony 把时间交给你。我们太鼓达人 Tony 敲一下鼓的时候呢，球迷朋友就跟着他拍一下，好吗？我们鼓一下，拍手一下，鼓一下，拍手一下。好的，我们再来加快速度。来 ，Tony 准备好的话，请开始。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Today we bring you Game 61 between the Formosa Taishin Dreamers and the Kaohsiung 1-7 Live Steelers on a beautiful, balmy Sunday afternoon. Let me start by saying hello and welcome to my color commentator, partner for this game and the last night's game, Paul Liao. Hey, Paul, how's the weather outside?
Man, it is brutal. It's hot outside. It's Paul Liao, and I'm stoked to be here today to witness history with you, Ryan.
That's right, we have some important business to get to. Of course, there's the matchup card as we're kind of amping up the stakes here with our broadcast. The Steelers, who are the home team, are searching for some inspiration, having only 2 wins on the season and find themselves in 6th place. But they'll have a little bit of a boost thanks to a certain number 7. There's the current standings. After yesterday's action, the Kings came in here and took care of business with a victory against the Steelers. And over in Taohsiung, the Braves took down the Pilots for a 2nd straight game in a low-scoring affair. And so, from top to bottom, Kings, Pilots, Braves, Lioneers, the last team in a playoff position. And the Steelers and Dreamers are currently on the outside of the playoff picture behind the 10 and 11 Lioneers, trying to make it all the way there. we have about halfway through the season, so it's not impossible, but the difficulty is up to 11. Xiaohu, Hu Jingqi is Eddie, 张耀宗 is on the Mandarin broadcast. 球迷朋友们，谢谢你的收看 Plus League 的英文转播，但要听小胡跟耀宗的中文转播，当然按照官方的中文连结。And I see the Steelers put up extra decorations on the Mandarin broadcast booth, really dressing this one up nicely for the welcoming of one Jeremy Lin there on screen.
I feel like our table can use some decoration, some Steelers decoration. But I mean, we are entertaining too, right, Ryan?
We'll do our best. So the kid from Palo Alto, California. We'll talk about him after Dora lets you know about the amenities outside.
大家都非常热情，然后很快就来回归，跟高雄的天气一样。
Dora, one of the Kaohsiung Athena cheerleaders, was bringing you the views and sights from the outside. As you saw from the flyover, it is rather warm outside, and the Steelers on this special occasion expecting a great crowd, in fact announcing a sellout before the game. So brought in all the vendors, and they have shirts laid out on the seats, and of course the cheer cards that this arena is famous for. Paul, is there a certain buzz around town about the arrival of the newest player in the Plus League?
Yeah, I mean, it's so exciting having someone so high profile here. You know, it is burning hot outside, but you know, in here we are also having the burning desire to see what Jeremy Lin brings to this team, to the Steelers, and to the city of Kaohsiung.
Now, the thing about Jeremy Lin is that he's a point guard, and the Steelers' first draft pick in their team history was for a point guard and very capable Jerry Chen Yowei. But the Steelers, led by head coach Tony, is kind of indicating that they could just use more depth in that position. So maybe taking the pressure off Yowei, letting him come off the bench, might be the certain energy that they need to jumpstart their season here in year 2. Also, comments that Chen Zilong made was about the Steelers' defense. Of course, that's always been a problem for them in the 3rd season. And more on that, we actually spoke to Tony Chen Zilong pregame, and his take on introducing a couple new players to the team. Last night, it was Gokul Taishin, and now Jeremy Lin joining the fray. The legendary CBA player in his 2nd team in the Plus League at the head coaching spot. Probably the most anticipated interview that he's ever done pre-game. So here's Tony Chen Zilong.
原则上还是会让苏豪主打1号，那当然也不排除看情况，苏豪可以打到2号。但是对球队来说呢，有2个后卫，对于我们教练团的安排上。 是比较有更大的空间。我们这几次的训练其实是以这个3个洋将为主，那倒也不是说田米的表现不好，他的昨天表现非常的出色。不过他是经过了1个半月之后回到球场，在上个礼拜的3天打2场的情况下，他在第2场的比赛体力就急速的下降，所以我们针对的今天的背靠背。 就大概基本上就是照昨天跟今天这样子的配置来安排洋将。虽然比赛还是结果没有赢球，但是我们昨天还开玩笑讲，分数越来越近了。当然，开玩笑归开玩笑，职业运动啊，胜负论英雄。那我们也必须要赶快加紧脚步，把这个局势扭转过来。
Tony sharing that Jeremy will indeed play his familiar point guard position for the most part. And situationally might be moved to shooting guard. But overall, like we mentioned, having 2 point guards will be a big boost for the Steelers because they always seem to have trouble getting organized in the 3rd quarters. And asked about the combination of imports, Goku made his debut yesterday, and he's paired up with Kratsov, despite Femi Olujobi having a career afternoon with 40 points. But Tony reminding us that last time he played 2 games in quick succession, the fatigue was quite obvious, so they're trying to go with some fresher guys. When it comes to Jeremy Lin. He also shared that he was a hard worker and he's getting acclimated quickly with the team. But realistically, they really needed to pick up the pace and string together a very concise series of victories to have a shot at making the Plus League playoffs in the third season. On the other side, it's Liao, the head coach for the Dreamers, who's taken over partway through.
其实我觉得经验还蛮特别的，因为其实我觉得像你说好这个他的成绩，大家是有目共睹。那他能今天有这样的成绩，一定是想法上或是思维上一定有所不同。那其实借由这个机会，其实不管是我啦，我觉得每一个球员其实都是可以向他去学习的，不管是他的赛前的准备也好，或是场上的处理球，我觉得这都是大家可以去思考跟效仿。就是他今天能成功，能有一些成绩，是一定有一些原因的。对，其实我们就是尽量减低他的破坏力啊。那他的破坏力其实包含了他的得分，甚至他的传球跟他的组织。但我相信他的加入一定会跟以前的风格是完全不一样的。那我们当然只能减少他，尽量他的串联他的攻势，所以我们今天想办法减低他的甚至持球啊，或者他的破坏力这样。对。
Liao taking over for former head coach Kyle Julius of the Dreamers operation, sharing that for Jeremy to arrive here in Taiwan and play in the pro scene, there's a lot that everybody can learn from him between players and coaching staff as well. He brings perhaps a slightly different mindset, certainly a different perspective from all the things he's been through. And of course, he's achieved success everywhere. And as to his skills, well, he's kind of got a lot of dribbling, a lot of shooting, and a lot of passing skills. On the screen now is the resume and maybe a timeline of Jeremy's pro career. Of course, starting with the NBA, his first pro contract with the Warriors, then famously Linsanity with the Knicks, Rockets, Lakers, Hornets, Nets, Hawks, and Raptors, before making his way over to the Chinese mainland, the CBA, where he played in Beijing and actually with a teammate on the Steelers in Zhou Yixiang. Then, of course, during COVID, he had a stint in the NBA G League with the Golden State Warriors, but as well as he played, didn't get the call-up. And for the last couple of years, another return to the Beijing Ducks. But then when he went to Guangzhou, the player regulation rules kind of had a little bit of a shakeup, and therefore, when he ended up with a team with Taiwanese player Chen Yingjun, that actually kind of squeezed his minutes. So after taking some time to gather himself, get reorganized back at home in California, the announcement was made, and now we are home to a packed house. There on the top row is the Kaohsiung Stadium hosting the Dreamers for 5,000 people in attendance. One of the sellouts here in the Plus League third season, of course, an impressive feat. The only time they got close was in the very first season opening day, where the Steelers made their debut. And of course, notable changes in the starting lineups. We'll bring that to you soon. It is, of course, the special 1/7 Live themed weekend, the live stream platform, which is the title sponsor of the Steelers. The officiating crew for this afternoon's game, Luo Guoxian and Xie Wenwei and You Haoping, with Xie Wenwei, the gentleman in the center, being the crew chief for tonight's matchup. For the Dreamers, left to right with their starting five, it's Hayden, Wu Jiaqun, Ryan, Lu Guanliang, Sir Dominic Pointer, Jerry Zobelton, and Brandon Gilbeck. And for the Kaohsiung 1/7 Live Steelers, Jeremy Lin gets the nod, of course, along with Goku Nathanson, Little Lu Wang Liuxiang, Lan Shaofu will get a rare start, along with Ukrainian center Vyacheslav Kravtsov. And the ceremonial tip already put up. The Steelers in their South Side themed jerseys, and the Dreamers in their traditional white this season. We'll get started with the Dreamers. Hayden looking for Lu Guanliang on the elevator screen, swishes it through.
Wow, and we are going to see a lot of that today, Ryan, as a lot of off-ball picks, making opportunities for perimeter shots for Dreamers.
Pocket pass.
And we're also going to see a lot of that high pick and roll from Jeremy Lin and Kratov. That was great chemistry there.
He loves working in the pick and roll as Pointer lost the handles there. Had an opportunity. Another chance for us to see the first assist in number 7's plus league career. Of course, working in the pick and roll as we expect a lot out of.
That was a beautiful pass, Ryan. Wow.
Going with the little screen, but easy block from the number 2 shot blocker in the league, Brendan Gilbeck. This might not be the highest level that number 7's ever played, but there are still really talented players. We're going to be keyed in on him. Out of the baseline. It's Sir Dominic Pointer. Shading Jeremy has a water shout. Rattles into 3. Good start for the Steelers.
Something the Steelers have been doing the past few games has been the perimeter shooting.
Pointer going to the rack. That one's poked out of bounds. They'll stay with the Dreamers. And off screen, IFC Air identifying something with the clock. As you get another look at Little Lou starting again in the 2-guard spot. Goku still shading Pointer on the down screen. A little bit of a mix-up defensively. So Liao already making one. Too strong with the second. Good passes. Gilbeck finishes through contact.
Man, I mean, Jeremy is being a competitor out there. Even just now, he was boxing out 2 guys just now. He wants to have fun, but he also wants to win.
Had a little bit of contact as Pointer getting all the way to the Dreamers bench. Having a little bit of a word. It seems like there was an offensive foul. Get another look. I think the referees are giving a warning to Pointer about the hand fighting that was going on. Well, it's the first turnover of the game. Liao on the down screen, gets it through.
Yeah, Hayden is a really quick player, and when there's picks, you have to fight through the pick in order to get a closeout on him.
Lin over to Little Lou. Too strong with this one. A chance for the Dreamers to run. Pointer. Liao. Yes. So a couple made buckets for Liao coming over from the Earlong Dinos. Only a 28% three-point shooter on the season, but he's the guy that the Dreamers are looking for some scoring out of. Ball out of bounds and a quick substitution to get Captain Liu Zhenlu in. He'll stay with the Steelers. Captain Liu had a performance yesterday. Not quite the bounce back we were expecting. Then, it's in!
Wow.
First bucket of the plus league career of Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, I did watch him during warm-ups, and man, he is really comfortable out there in the arc.
Over to Pointer, attacking off the corner.
Oh.
And I think we have the first foul against said Jeremy, who's trying to plead his innocence, but...
It is on Jeremy. I don't know. I feel like that could have been all ball, but I would like a replay on that.
I will say, though, 2 referees whistled is not a great sign in your favor. Of course, he's been in Taiwan. Of course, his parents are from Taiwan, and he's hosted plenty of basketball events out here, but not played here as a pro. And we have a kind of a prolonged discussion around the Dreamers bench.
Talking with the sidelines, and obviously he is here to have fun. Plays basketball, sport he loves so much.
Gilbeck on Kravtsov.
This is a matchup I want to see.
Turnaround jumper, air balls, and there's Cherry. Go Chen with the easy putback.
Not an everyday thing where you can see a matchup between two 7-footers.
Taking an awkward fall there. Looks like he might have got the wind knocked out of him. Falling awkwardly on the basketball. Slowly making his way up, getting another look. The tripping foul by Pointer. Nothing malicious, but again, just falling awkwardly.
Ooh, I hope he is okay.
He'll stay in the game. Ooh. The 34-year-old. Controlling, probing.
Wow, he is weaving through offense.
Tough shot there. Rebound saved inbounds by Pointer. Got their hands on it, and now jump ball called in the corner. Goku, kind of one guy you got to kind of have in the back of your mind. In yesterday's game against the Kings, he's kind of always in the right place from the backside, jumping in on defense.
Absolutely. I think he's a really swifty guy. He's quick, accelerates really fast, and he's not afraid to drive and create opportunities for his teammates.
An open three on the right side for Goku, but it dances off the rim. Only took 3 shots from the outside, probably still feeling his way with his new team. Leaving his assignment as Liu Liao bounces it to Pointer. With a tricky finish with the left hand.
And off the bat, we are seeing Steelers kind of struggling with their defense. Something the coach has also addressed.
A chance for another assist for Jeremy as he dropped it off to Lin Ziwei, who checked into the game. The center who got the start in yesterday's game.
The thing with Dreamers is that they are such good shooters and they swing the ball so quickly. It is tough for the Steelers to really close out on them.
Ziwei's free throws up and in. Had a lot of opportunities and open looks in yesterday's game. Did not convert on a high percentage of them. 3 for 10 from the field, 8.6 rebounds. And only a 1 for 2 free throw trip.
And this is something that is different than their last matchup against Steelers and Dreamers. Steelers got off to a 13-4 start.
Gilbeck from close, rolls it through.
Today it seems like it's the other way around, but never know.
Jeff Wu, who's got connections to Jeremy,
A goaltend.
initially guarding, and a good call by you. It's a goaltending against Gilbeck, of course. Last year's leader in block shots, and this year certainly covers a ton of airspace out there on the floor. So 2 points for the Steelers, find themselves down by 5 in the early goings. As we recall yesterday, we had probably our longest first quarter stretch without a break. Slip pass to Gilbeck, they call a foul as he was squeezed in the middle. So interesting, yesterday, the Steelers had Femi Olujobi in as their big import next to Lin Ziwei, but now with Kravtsov and Lin Ziwei, the Steelers are playing much bigger.
Absolutely, and right now we have the drums, classic. Oh, I think it's taken effect on Gilbert here. You know, I talked with the drums guys pre-game, and man, he is putting full effort into his drum performance to distract the opposing free throw shooters. And, oh.
1 for 2, Gilbeck is a 65% free throw shooter on the season. Yu Zhenlu will check out for Wang Luxiang. One thing that coaches can use in the toolbox, not call timeouts, but make substitutions and give instructions to guys on the bench. So let's see what Little Lou we'll have to do, as we have a foul on the floor.
And I think in some ways, the coach is trying to help the team find momentum and find their way. You know, obviously there's roster changes, but obviously now we're gonna take a timeout.
Our first break in the action. You're watching the Plus League here in Kaohsiung.
跟着我们大荧幕上的主播比出17的手势，右手比1，左手比一个倒7。来，我们第一位球迷朋友，右手比出1，左手比出倒7，右手比一个1，左手比倒7。好的，哦，还是没有成功。哎，左手要倒的，左手倒过来，倒过来，哎，非常好，谢谢这位球迷朋友。 哦，这个是非常直接哦，直接秀出我们的17。当然，如果可以露出手势的话呢，也是非常好的。谢谢球迷朋友。好，钢铁女神雅典娜，非常的标准。好，我们成功被拍到17手势的球迷朋友呢，可以到我们17直播的摊位兑换精美小礼物。谢谢我们的球迷朋友配合，谢谢。哦，非常的好，谢谢我们的球迷朋友。
Welcome Jeremy Lin to the Plus League with a like on our Plus League English broadcast stream. One thing that definitely takes effect is Jerry Chen Yowei coming off the bench. Interesting. Hopefully we might see some fireworks from that, because the only other time as a pro Jerry Chen Yowei came off the bench was against the Dreamers in Fengsan, where he scored 29 points and hitting 6 3-pointers, which is not his forte, but more on that later. Out of the baseline, it's Jeremy, this time shot fake. Going to the inside as they bounce it around. Goku over to Jeremy. One adjustment dribble, the shot is on the way, and it's a Mianfall. Quickly going to the basket, Gilbeck had the advantage, and they, Steelers that is, can only poke it out of bounds.
And we see this a lot, the Dreamers pushing the court, pushing their offense forward, and it will take a toll on Steelers. Fatigue may be an issue, but they are playing their heart out.
Hayden over to Jeff. Jerry in the corner. Passing it over to Hayden. Goku with a good contest, and it was needed, but Gilbeck right in the mix there. Kind of a oopsie error as Hayden throws it to the referee. Now, did you know that referees are part of the playing surface? So when you pass it to a referee, it hits him out of bounds, that's out of bounds. But if you hit him and he's inbounds, that's a live basketball still.
So a referee can catch it and pass it back?
No, he's not supposed to catch it.
That would be interesting. Assist by the referee.
On the handoff, Lin getting another shot block.
Oh, he gets it back.
Not easy living there. This time with the hard marker, all net.
Hey, you never give up on a play. I love that. Even though he got blocked, he got it right back up and did not lose confidence.
Ryan and Jerry, the Yulong teammates, nothing transpired out of that pick and roll. So now it's Gilbeck and Hayden. Jeff Wu puts it up to beat the buzzer, but Kratsov pulls it down.
Well, that's a great closeout by Jeremy. He was there to help D, but he was also there right when the shooter was shooting.
Goku, hook pass to Kratsov for the easy 2.
And that's what I mean by Goku finding opportunities to cut inside and also finding ways to dish out to his teammates.
As Gilbeck spins into some space, showing off the good footwork.
And this matchup between the two bigs, seems like Gilbeck's got footwork, the mobility, got a little edge on Kratsov.
Certainly is younger, that helps. Nice through pass, leads away. Not a great handoff, and that's going to be a turnover. And they call the play dead as Jeff Wu kind of his feet caught up with Lin Ziwei.
Yeah, I think Ziwei dove on the floor a bit too late.
But he's there, not a clean feed as Hayden bumped down and was helping out on that through pass.
That was the right idea, but spacing, it was just tight in there. And Gilbeck with his long wingspan, it's easy for him to just swipe the ball away.
A little bit of a lengthy stoppage as they finally try to dry up the floor where Jeff Wu took the spill, but he's going to stay on the court, though he's kind of favoring that left elbow, which kind of took the brunt of the fall. Lan Xiaofu will check into the game, and for the Dreamers, it's Jay Chen. So two of the boys who went to the States right out of middle school to pursue their education and their basketball careers. As we also introduce Aji, number 11. He's got a pocket pass as Gilbeck fouled. Again, Steelers defense squeezed in, but we're not in position. So that's going to be the 15th foul for the Steelers on the quarter.
And from the games in the past, you know, we've seen Achi and Gilbeck having good chemistry with their pick and rolls. Whenever there's opening, Achi always sees Gilbeck find that opportunity.
Again at the line. This time he hits the first. It's a 5-point lead for the Dreamers, who, just like the Steelers, have not really found their rhythm. But of course, they've stocked a few more wins on their record. And even the strong teams in the Plus League talk about this. They want to get any win that's valuable, any win they can. Jeremy in the mid-range over to Lan Xiaofu, who rolls it in. Alongside of Jerry Tanyong and Wang Liuxiang, those three young players combined for 36 points in yesterday's game. Of course, for them, in a losing effort. Gilbeck turning toward the middle. That one's off the mark. Quickly down the floor, it's Lan Xiaofu to Captain Liu. Giving space, Lan Xiaofu bounces it out.
Yeah, I don't know if Lan is a guy you want to take the three-pointer, but
now an illegal screen, as looks like Li Dewei and Brandon Gilbeck were trying to set something up. Get another look. There's
wow.
Gilbeck trying to crash in there and
got some hang time off of that. And I'm impressed with Lan. Although he may not have the height advantage, he plays with heart. And he hustles every minute out there. Was
really the heart and soul of the Plus League Rising Stars team that played in the interleague competition. So in 3 minutes and 20 seconds, Jerry Tanyong was in the game as Kravtsov misses the close one. Gilbeck hit the floor there. 6 seconds left. Jerry through the middle, puts it up, and he'll get the foul, taking a couple bumps on his way down. The physicality is sure at a very high level right now.
Yeah, today I'm also really excited to see this matchup between the two bigs. Obviously, you know, they played previously just 9 days ago in Gongsan Stadium. Right now, Gilbeck substituted out.
You know, he misses the free throw. As we mentioned, had a really good performance off the bench, but he's so good, it's kind of hard to make that a permanent thing. He's a 78% free throw shooter this season, but misses them both. Aji in the mid-range, his floater is good.
See, in that moment, Kravtsov have to decide whether to close out the guard that's driving in or the big that's behind him.
Kravtsov, good defense by Dewei, and they call travel. So he's, funny enough, Kravtsov is struggling a little bit with his fundamentals close to the basket.
He is a big guy, and sometimes we think about big men being so tall, it's actually hard for them to practice footwork. It's not an easy task. Oh, there's a closeout. It's a good decision by Chi, but turned the ball over.
Odelansov closed it in the mid-range, got the touch.
That's a great touch by Captain Liu. Dreamers expected him to shoot a 3, but
no good with this close range and a scramble for the rebound. This time won by Derek Lee, though. It's Jay Chen who loses the handle on it. And look what I found. Jerry Zobota had a layup out of it. A scramble defensively. Jeff Wu fires away. Bouncing harmlessly out. So the Steelers with a chance to tie here. Less than 2 minutes in the first quarter. Gary going right, firing it away to Captain Liu, but good closeout by Jeff. Good effort defense, but it goes out of bounds. A break for the Steelers, really, as Captain Liu really, we thought we were seeing some good streaks out of him with a couple double-digit scoring games, but in yesterday's game, seemed like a step slow on defense and could not hit his openings as the very popular Wang Bo-zi finally checked in the game to maybe the second highest fanfare of the game.
He is an entertainment for sure. The crowd love to see him on the court.
Not seen that much of Wang Bo-zi as he's been DNP'd for several games. And Jerry splashes it.
Wow.
Just like that, 22-22.
And I mean, even though he's listed to come off the bench, you can still make a big influence on the game coming off the bench.
Jeff Wu for team 2, and it rattles out. Chance for the Steelers to run. Over to Little Liu on the left side. Quick fire 3, another one!
Oh! Steelers turn the tide. Wow.
And the capacity crowd giving them a boost as the Dreamers now call timeout. Right now, I feel like on their offensive end, they're not quite running the sets that they really want to get into. And certainly missing some of those long shots will create long rebounds, and the Steelers will take advantage. Of course, what's typical of these two teams is kind of high-scoring affairs, a lot of shooting from the outside.
Yeah, and you know, the Steelers in the past few games, their tendency is to start off really, really strong. And today, they're actually starting off a bit slow, but as we can see, as they start knocking down shots, they start to find momentum.
There is some of the offensive splits as provided by our partners at FTV and putting it on thanks to the Steelers Instagram. The efficiency of pick and roll, only 5th in the league at 0.79 points per possession. Their fast break is last in the league. Their score after turnovers, points off turnovers, only 5.4 at last in the league. The Steelers sometimes are a better three-point shooting team. They're second in the league at open threes on the 5th row down at 34%. But they only create 20 open threes per game. So, of course, the addition of one very strong point guard in Jeremy Lin will hopefully help him in that area. Although he might need to catch his breath. It's been a couple minutes on the bench and he's still gasping for air.
He has been hustling out there. And from the stats, I think it reflects on the Steelers' defense too. You know, they're causing a lot of turnovers on themselves, but they're also not executing on the steals they have on our team.
Pointer squeezes the pass off. Jerry off the side of the backboard. Another chance for the Steelers to run.
Quick outlet.
Wang Bo-zi with a one-handed leg.
Wow.
There's the tank everybody has been missing.
Hey, he's got size, but he can make it down the field. You know, if he wants to.
A nimble 195 big. Don't really trust the weight on the official size, but he can move out there. Achi can't get the answer. 6 seconds left. Jerry with a head of steam to tank, and it's a little too late.
It is.
But that would have burned the house down. 27-22. Kaohsiung 1-7 live. Steelers up on top against the Formosa Taishin Dreamers. We'll be back after this. You're watching the Plus League.
Woo. Look at that.
When you close up, you miss you out. Oh, baby, you wanna dance in the sun like that. When they say the party's over and bring it right back. I love it when you do it like that. When you close up, you miss you out. Oh, baby, you wanna dance in the sun like crack. When they say the party's over and they do it right back. You burn so hot, you make me shiver with the fire. Let me see your hands. Kaohsiung, Kaohsiung. Clap your hands, everybody else. I love when you do it like that. When you close up, being you out. Baby, you wanna dance in the sunlight track. When they say the party's over, when you do it like that. Baby, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. When you close up, give me a shiver. Baby, you wanna dance in the sunlight track. When they say the party's over, when you do it like that. Yeah.
再次尖叫声给我们的 Roxy Band， 感谢他们。
Welcome back to the broadcast. It's a head-to-head of the Dreamers against the Steelers. On the season, the Dreamers only have multiple wins against the Steelers, 3 in total on the season. No multiple victories against other Plus League opponents as Jeff Wu tries to pull up there. Meanwhile, the Steelers, only 1 of 2 victories on the season came against these very Dreamers here in Formosa. Jeremy Lin back in the fray. Getting the start in the second quarter, pulling up from way downtown.
Wow. And that is what we want to see. Man, that is pretty far, too.
You might notice, compared to his Linsanity film, the shot is a different motion, and the range is increased even more as there's a foul called. And we'll see, looking up on the big board, who it is. But look, Liao with a foot on the three-point arc.
Wow.
Still not close enough.
No, not when you have a threat like Jeremy Lin here. And
so the foul, I presume, is on number 8.
Wow. And Jeremy, he's just enjoying himself here. I think that's one of the big reasons why he came. Just have fun. Doing it for the fans.
Makes the first one. Jeremy and Sir Dominic Pointer would have crossed paths in the G League. Of course, Sir Dominic Pointer, with strong accolades in his own favor too, was a real strong stats person in terms of steals and block shots, just like he is in the Plus League as Aji swishes another one. Now, once again, it's Jeff Wu guarding it. My chance to pull out the tidbit I was able to sort out from the internet. Goku working the moves, but he needed to work on the hand a little bit. Jeff Wu was actually the first Taiwanese high school player to get out to the States. It's Goku from way deep.
I did not think he would be comfortable being out there and knocking down a 3.
They're quickly moving on Lin Ziwei, but lost the handle. Another board by number 3. The Steelers actually playing a little smaller now. Only Lin Ziwei in at their big. Jeremy in the mid-range. Almost blocked by Jeff Wu there. In and out for number 3. Goku Nathanson. The Taishin, excuse me, as we discovered. Putting his hand in there, and it's going to be a foul call.
That is a good foul. I mean, Goku had to do all he can to stop him. A slight mismatch there. But man, right here.
Late jab step and then a deep shot of his own. No. Taishin and Lin talking it out before these free throws coming up. Of course, those two, both from Northern California, so they have a little bit of familiarity. Somehow you and I have some familiarity too from Northern California. No, not with those guys.
Yeah,
completely
not
different
with,
level.
not with those
Excuse
guys.
us, excuse us.
No, we were best buds with them, but no, absolutely not.
Not with the different stratosphere. But here we are, broadcasting the game. Stowaway missing the first. The Dreamers find themselves down. Substitution to bring Gilbeck back in. They really need his presence on the inside.
Yeah, especially with rebounding and opportunities in the paint.
Anyways, well, Jeff Wu and Jeremy has multiple experiences together at some of Jeremy's camps. And Jeremy has also done a little bit to take care of Jeff Wu when he was alone in the States as a high school student. Good defensive possession from the Dreamers as Pointer speeds ahead. Jeff Wu is Wu Yong-sun. Had a brief stint in the CBA himself as Gilbeck can't finish over the Steelers defense.
Wow, Chiwei doing his most, but oh.
Nice steal by Achi as Pointer, one man to beat. Two-hand with the slam. Not a good transition play.
That hurts. Turnovers like that. I don't think Steelers can afford something like that. They just started to build momentum, but it can kind of stop when you have mistakes.
We have another break as the Dreamers closing in to within 6.
这边吗？来一点尖叫声好吗？我们这边的球迷朋友有想要参加中场的3分球大赛的吗？后面的可以吗？2楼的，来要举高喽。好的，最后一个，我们这一区的球迷朋友，谢谢你们。有接到球的球迷朋友呢，请到我们的东门，找我们的工作人员报到，在我们的中场结束前的2分钟，谢谢。
Liao Masama last week covered the Jeremy Lin introductory press conference, and you can subscribe to the Plus League YouTube channel to get our weekly vlog as posted by Mr. Plus. After a quick run by the Dreamers, they're going to back off from a little bit of pressure against the Steelers, but it's from the very beginning, as much as they can, Sir Dominic Pointer, the one guarding Jeremy Lin out there.
Yeah, and Pointer really brings out his value in the defensive side. Kratzov makes shot.
Big shot for Kratzov. That's his 6th point of the game. On the switch, they're going at Lin. Try to get tricky with it, but he got his hand out and offensive board by Pointer.
Gonna play on. Oh, Jeremy.
Jump ball with Gilbeck.
Yeah, it's always dangerous when bigs bring the ball down. Really smart guards like Jeremy Lin will take the opportunity to try to force a jump ball.
The referees are going to go to the monitor to double check the arrow. And we need to make sure our score table sharpens up as the referees point out the possession would go the other way. Now they're going to swap it out. Kind of a little detail,
and I
basketball operations-wise.
I think it's right now it's a smart move by the Steelers to sub out Chiwei and put Kratzov in against the matchup against Gilbeck. It's just a mismatch whenever you have a guy like Gilbeck on a local player.
There he is on the block again. Scored on the left side, this time on the right side. Had that poked away. No, in fact, they say he lost it himself. So another turnover. They're starting to pile up for the Steelers now. And just like any other team in the Plus League, as our maybe new viewers might learn, It's all about pushing the pace here in the Plus League.
Absolutely.
Aji will try from deep. No good. Pointer with getting in the way there. But Jeremy brings it over the timeline. Jeff Wu providing pretty good defense until he's screened off there. Captain Liu with a bad pass and a chance for the Dreamers to run. They call a common foul as Captain Liu put his hands in there against Lu Guanliang. Got to watch out though. If you're not careful, those can turn into unsportsmanlikes.
Absolutely. And with the play Jeremy made, I think it should have been Captain Liu's shot there. He did not have to dribble in. I mean, since he's so comfortable outside, the whole point of that play is to let him shoot the shot.
Guanliang driving on Jeremy. A good defense.
Jeremy makes it tough for him.
No looking past the little, the one man to beat, and he gets it in.
That was a beautiful pass.
An overpass. Look out to the crowd as it ricochets around. It's now the momentum all on the home team side. Substitutions to get Topo Wazong in, but another look. The no looking pass is Little Lou beating a pointer to the cup.
Wow.
Using the rim as a little bit of protection. Oh, look out, cameraman.
There's a little splash zone over there.
It's very crowded around here, so everybody's got to watch out. Pay attention out there. Though with how loud it gets in here, it's kind of hard to imagine they can hear us commentate if they pulled out their phones and watched. Little Lou can't make it 5 straight points quite yet with that missed 3.
Oh. See, that is what I'm talking about. He is a swifty guy, Goku. He can read the ball really well. He knows what the offense is doing. He's always that guy to close out whenever there's an open shot.
Hayden's checking back in the game for the Dreamers. Gilbeck, pointer. They got really close to the bucket, but can't quite get the finish. And that's kind of been the story for the Dreamers in the first half. Is Gilbeck, nice defense, causes the out of bounds. I think they might give him credit for a block shot and a team rebound there. So, well, a stop on one side and a stop on the other side. So far, this third quarter has been 10-5 Steelers.
And that is the key for both teams. It's defense, right? Steelers, they are getting pretty good shots offensively, like yesterday. However, on the other side, on defense, they just can't seem to close out, lock it down.
Well, there's a turnover, and it's Goku going to the rack. Got it on target, but good defense by Gilbeck and Pointer with a board. It's time for the Dreamers with some space. Jeff Wu to Gilbeck to Hayden. Dreamers will reset. Pointer trying to go with physicality. That one partially blocked. And Gilbeck getting the and one.
Now,
taking advantage of Little Lou down there.
Would that be counted as a pass or missed shot?
It depends on the scorekeeper, but if I was Pointer, I would want it an assist. But if I was Gilbeck, I want the rebound and the putback. You know what I'm saying?
I think that was a perfect lob pass. Maybe that was the play. See, that was placed right beside the basket. But I feel like we don't see Pointer putting up top shots often. He's the one, cutting in, but dishing it out.
Wang Luxiang often has that "woe is me" look.
Oh, what is that?
Not on the same page. It's going to be out of bounds. Cho Bo-zang not identifying any teammate to pass to. It kind of went through Jeremy, it went through Kratzov there. So Cho Bo-zang coming off the bench, probably not in sync yet. And he didn't play yesterday either, so that doesn't help. Now Hayden just getting it out from the sideline. Run down, looking for a pass. That one is stuck. Gilbeck with the hustle. Eventually, the Steelers take it away. Jeremy over to Goku. No. Kratzov with the hammer.
Woo! Rocking the rim.
Kratzov doing work as good second effort by both Jeremy and Pointer there. They call a foul on the bump, and then Jeremy kept on reaching in there to prevent the lay-in from Pointer.
And even with the turnovers Steelers have from the sidelines, Jeremy Lin, from what I'm hearing, Jeremy Lin has been really encouraging and trying to keep his team composed. And just building that positive energy, because teams absolutely just play better when there is encouragement.
Pointer clinks that first free throw. One thing that Jeremy's repeated is that, and also his younger brother has also echoed that, one thing for number 7 is to find the joy in playing basketball again. And
absolutely,
I think, in a funny way, there's additional pressures when you play with a team in a small league and not so great on the standings. But trying to coach guys up is a kind of a different challenge for Jeremy. Yes. Receiving the screen in some time along with Chen Yowei, but it's off to the left. Rebound won by Gilbeck. Pointer trying to get the low post. Backing down Goku will fire a pass to Hayden. The shot is up and another miss from outside. The Dreamers again struggling from the perimeter right when they can't afford it.
Wow.
There's a foul.
And it seems like Jeremy is trying to adapt to this, the tempo and the pace. It is a fast pace here in P.LEAGUE, and it can take a toll on his energy.
It's Jeff Wu with a little bit of a hip check. As much as I'm describing how maybe cordial they could be, it's not quite the same story on the court. Jeff Wu's playing very physical. And of course, can't feel good to get sandwiched there by Pointer before hitting the deck. Kind of unlucky there as Jeff Wu commits the blocking foul. He's gonna take a walk and try to cool off. It is only the Dreamers' second team foul. He knew immediately he was gonna get subbed out.
And that is the right move by coach. When you have a player like that having calls on him, it's a right move to kind of set him aside. Like you said, pull him off a little bit, because it will affect the way you play.
Yang Sun-yin gives up a lot of height, but is also a tough defender. Goku will try from the left corner, puts it through.
Go, go, Goku!
Now up to an 11-point lead for the Steelers. Attacking off the catch. Into the hands of Goku. Chance to run. Chopo's on. Over to Jerry. Beating the man. And the lay-in.
Crowd is going crazy.
The scorer's table is right on top of it. The Dreamers calling timeout as, for the first time in a long time, the Steelers, with all the momentum in the world.
And this is what the audience came to see. Obviously, they're here for Jeremy Lin, but like what Captain Liu said before, the way the crowd cheers and bring the energy, it will kind of help the players play better. And certainly it looks that way today. Crowds are standing up, cheering their lungs out, raising their signs.
Well, this particular fast break didn't include Jeremy, who's, of course, maybe somewhat of our main character in today's game, but you get the sense that the defense leading at fast breaks on offense is really what they're needing, and we have to give credit to Goku, who's also jumping in there just like yesterday and getting in the passing lane. The Dreamers have only committed 10 turnovers so far in the first half, but the Steelers are converting on the fast break on the other side.
Yeah, that is key. That is what good defense does.
Dribble hand off,
if you can
and then
stop
you
one
gotta
way, it leads to opportunities.
Motion. Look for it, but don't force it.
All right. Shooting the free ball so far in the first half. The Steelers are 7 for 15 with Goku and Jeremy with a pair of makes to their name. They're out of their timeout. As partly led by Jeremy, partly led by Tony Tenzilong, the head coach. The Dreamers coming out with Gilbeck alongside of Jerry
And it seems like today for Dreamers, they are getting the shots they want. They did, pick and roll and feeding into Gilbert. However, they're just not knocking down the shots.
Chen will try from deep, but off iron.
Seems like the rim is just a little Steeler friendly today.
Ooh, physical play by Yang Se-yin. The refs let that one go, as the Dreamers are upping the physicality everywhere. Jeremy sneaking in there. He'll get the and one. Wow. That's definitely a good lesson for a lot of the players out here to play through the contact. And
absolutely.
Actually, sometimes an opening might present itself, just like there. Yang Se-yin and Chen bumping the two Steelers on that play, and then good awareness of space. Easy lay-in for Lin.
And although they're both guards, Jeremy has a slight height advantage, and he's a quick one for guards.
Listed at 192 centimeters, or if I do the conversion, that's about 6'3", 6'3 and a half. They're gonna get a new basketball in there. That's, dare I say, some newcomer special treatment. Swap the basketball out.
Finish the three-point play.
Now a 16-point lead as the Dreamers have been stuck at 31. Gary Sayoway in there on defense. A steal. Goku has to beat it before out of bounds. They do save it. Good chemistry by those two guys.
I told you he is a fast one.
The alley-oop of Gilbeck probably should be credited with the defense there, retreating on the lob.
I think Jeremy has played with so many athletic players before. And he was lobbing that, expecting he would be there, and Gilbeck was there too. It was good play, good defensive move by Gilbeck.
Kratzov played 8 straight games when he arrived with the Steelers before taking the rare game off in yesterday's action when the Kings have the likes of Byron Mullins and Austin Day in there. So interesting choice, but Coach Tony says maybe a fatigue considerations. Jeremy bumping down as Gilbeck with a turnaround tough shot as Tank with the board. From the point, we're gonna call a foul as kind of had their feet tangled up.
The Dreamers seems like they're a little frustrated today. They're being aggressive, but the calls are.
And maybe Luke Van Dam has an argument. It looks like Jeremy kind of tripped himself up there. But one thing that was happening early in the quarter was the Steelers were called for a lot of the early fouls, and now the Dreamers are now catching up. They have 4 team fouls with under 4 minutes to go. Suhao on the block, puts it up and out.
A little one-on-one opportunity there.
Ryan with some tricky dribbling, puts it through.
See, that is where Kratzov have to realize that he has to come in and help. It's more important to close out an easy layup.
Have a buzzer by the scorer's table as the clock in the arena is set to 10 minutes. And just like yesterday, we're going to have a little bit of a stoppage and work on this equipment situation, but a chance for both teams to kind of regather themselves. Of course, the Steelers with a rather sizable lead, but the Dreamers, of course, with their young core and Eric familiar with their system, maybe they'll have the answer with as much time as they have left in the game. So there's the Luke Van Dam score from the mid-range.
Yeah, as we can see from that drive, that drive created opportunities for Dreamer. Even if he doesn't make that shot, the defenders go up on him, he could dish it out or kick it out to a shooter. And that is the way Dreamers play their ball, the way they run their offense. They just haven't been knocking down their shots.
Luke Van Dam averages 6 points per game, and he's had high scoring output. So far in this game, has already got 10 to his name, as we see the the exploits of the Steelers thanks to one number 7. But he's going to play off ball as Jerry will bring it over the timeline. Tank riding the screen as Kratsov gets it close. Physical with Gilbeck, but missed the close one. A couple big bodies go down. Gilbeck hasn't gotten up yet. Dreamers continue their offense. Lu Guanliang, no good as Jeremy picks up the long rebound. Spin move stop, going the other way, but Yamsayan keeps up with a good defense. Shot fed, going to the reverse. Number 55. That just left Kratsov putting 2 more points on the board.
And that is where experience comes in, where Jeremy found an opportunity to go in, but he sees Gilbeck in there, so he slowed down, pass it back out, reset, and allow Kratsov to make a more quality shot.
Lu Guanliang, kind of the offensive igniter for the Dreamers, will pull up from 3. No good, a little teammate-on-teammate collision, but Jerry hangs on. He's also a sturdy guard from Nansan High, went to Taiwan Normal University. That's in Taipei. That's where people make jokes about teachers coming out of that school, and they do. But Yowei, the pro basketball player, buries the 3.
See, he is coming off bench and he's putting in the work, contributing to the Steelers. And did you say last time he dropped 29 points coming off the bench?
That's right.
Wow.
And so far in this game, he's got 10. Try to go with the beast move, but it's Kratsov from mid-range.
Comfortable shot.
I thought Jeremy was watching film from yesterday and saw Beast hit that last bucket. And he was like, I'm going to imitate what the Taiwanese do in Taiwan.
You know, when in Rome.
Of course, Beast needed to follow up Winston's winning score a week ago against, if I remember correctly, against the visitors.
That was a tough pass.
The Steelers are definitely making it tough for the Dreamers on that end. Less than a minute left. Big lead for the Southside team. Kratsov bumps in there, and he'll have free throws coming up. I think Gilbeck might have a little bit of an argument there.
And that is what you need to do when you have a guy like Gilbeck in the paint. You have to draw him out, like what Jeremy does right here, which gives opportunity for your other guys, whether it's your big or your locals, to attack the rim.
Well, actually on the second viewing, Gilbeck got faked up in the air, and that's why he was a little tardy, the referees say. He's going to stay in there along with Pointer, who's checked into the game fresh. Well, the Dreamers are really playing around with a lot of their pieces. And at least in the second quarter, nothing's really going their way.
Yeah, and I think it's a pretty smart move by the coach. You know, obviously they're all professional, and you want to try out different lineups and groups, figure out what goes.
Kratsov on the season, as you get a look at the overseas Chinese for the Dreamers and Kenny Chen. Kratsov's only plus-minus game in the positive was their win against the Dreamers. He was plus 22 in 39 minutes played. It's always an offensive focal point, even before this weekend. Taking more than 10 shots per game, and the game he didn't, he took 17 free throws. Pointer going into the rack and finishing tough. That time taking on Kratsov and Jeremy. A little bit too late for a 2-for-1, so the Steelers slow it up. Screen by Kratsov and the re-screen, nothing yet. And there, on the third time, it's a deep pull by Jeremy rolling out. 10 seconds for the Dreamers.
See what the Dreamers do with this last possession.
Pointer with 3 seconds left. Out to Aji, beating the clock. It's through. Wow. A little bit of momentum for the Dreamers to end the half, but they're down by 16 after the first half of basketball here at Kaohsiung Fengshan Stadium. The welcoming party of one Jeremy Lin will be back after these messages.
好不好？因为你出场的时候，全场的人都在为你欢呼。我们现场的球迷朋友，我们请不是短短的喊一个高雄，我们喊 Steeler， 把胜利留到最后。OK，3、2、1，
高雄，
全场一起来 ，Steeler！ 谢谢博智，谢谢。好，因为我们今天呢看到我们本土的球员呢在攻守两端呢都有非常棒的成绩哦，我们要给我们球员们来加油。所以刚才呢博智也希望我们把这样子的一个气势延续到最后。今天请大家不要离开我们的现场。拿起手机扫我们17直播的 QR code， 因为我们在中场3万元。我们今天其实的游戏规则应该是说500，我们1分500，但是我们直接21天做5，我们送给大家3万元。这个时候应该有点欢呼声，耶！3万元要给所有的雄青。我们请买家来告诉大家，你现在拿起手机刷 QR code。进入到雄青福利社，刷下关键字加座位号。关键字你来说。
今天的关键字是什么呢？今天的关键字就是我们的钢铁时代来临。令呢就是林书豪的令。
耶，今天豪神降临，所以呢我们钢铁时代来临，请大家刷起来，然后加上座位号码。
没错，一定要加上座位号码。
对，昨天的那一位就是这样坐在那里，莫名其妙3万块就拿到了，超好的。好，那我们现在呢有一点时间让大家来刷。除此之外，你到我们雄青俱乐福利社里面可以投票，我们投票一样要送给大家非常棒的礼物。我们今天呢中场除了送给大家3万之外，还有一件林书豪亲笔签名的球衣。
哇哦，林书豪的签名球衣。
圆圆跟大家说一下，这个全台不超过10件，所以那边想要对吗？每个地区都想要，你赶快刷起来。
没错。
好啦，那我们呢还会有呢这个林书豪的抱枕送给大家。待会我们会有 live 来唱歌，唱歌的时候，请你们大家用力刷一波。接下来我们就欢迎17直播最会唱歌的主播，欢迎的是温迪，
欢迎。
Yeah。好的，我们温蒂在现场准备，今天穿上的呢，就是我们这一次烧赛的球衣。来，我们按到我们的中场，在温蒂唱歌的同时，请大家努力的刷起来。你今天要唱什么歌？
我今天要带来一首非常正能量的一首英文歌曲呢，要特别送给我们今天。
Wow, Steelers are in the lead.
Yeah, it might be a little bit hard to believe, but 56-40 is your halftime score, and not impossible for the Dreamers to make a comeback. They have done it a number of times in the Plus League, though the challenge is going to be pretty great. Right now, the Steelers playing with a complete different energy out there. There's the combined team statistics where it's close on the rebounding side, but the Steelers, with one Jeremy Lin dishing out 9 assists in the first half, is really open up the offense. But I think, like I mentioned, the defensive side for the Steelers is where getting a lot of momentum. We saw a little preview with Goku snatching 2 steals in yesterday's game, and he has 3 in this half, and even not off of steals on the rebounds, the Steelers are running every time, and it's going to be tough for the Dreamers to defend.
Yeah, it seems like Steelers are really cleaning up their game a bit. Obviously, with the new addition of Jeremy Lin, they all kind of raise the bar, and everyone has to focus up. Because, you know, you can't let them down, right, when you have a teammate like that.
And also, defensively, if we're looking at the pace of the game, yesterday was the 14th time in 19 games the Steelers allowed more than 100 points. The rest of the Plus League only allowed about 100 points in only about a third of the game. So you can kind of understand why is it so tough for the Steelers in their second season as an operation. Defensively, there's just a completely different energy out there. And I feel like while Jeremy might be the new addition, but all the youngsters of the Steelers are also dutifully putting in a lot of effort and actually playing with a little bit of the smarts, because Tony Zenzalone was talking about playing cohesively.
Absolutely. And, you know, we talked a little bit about Jeremy Lin and assists today. You know, it's not just off one player, but he is sharing the ball with many of his teammates and creating opportunities for them. And he seems like he's having fun doing it, you know, laughing a few times and a lot of smiles on his face. Despite having fun, he is still really competitive, as we can see, being really physical, defensive end and offensive end.
For the Dreamers side, one thing we can kind of give them a little bit of credit for is they're only shooting 3 of 14 from the perimeter, so they're not settling for the outside, but scoring from the inside has led to most of those turnovers when they drive. And the key quarter for both teams is the third. We'll be back after a break.
振奋人心哦！好，我们先谢谢 Wendy， 我们到旁边稍作休息。接着下来呢，在我们今天的中场呢，我们要进行的是3分球大赛。好，我相信呢，这3分球大赛，我们请两边的球迷分2个篮筐，我们呢每一个篮筐2位雄青，好吗？因为呢，为什么有这样的3分球大赛呢？我们要在2012年呢，林书豪尼克队对上多伦多暴龙队，那个时候的比分87比87，所以我们一个绝杀的3分球。好。 那我们计时30秒，看哪一边的雄青比较多颗，就可以得到我们限量商品。准备好了吗？那个篮筐 ，All right， 这里篮筐准备好了吗？好 ，Are you ready? Here we go！ 30秒计时。哎，要帮我看一下哪边？好，这边的。哎，你有王柏志的感觉哦，你有钢铁坦克的感觉，加油！ 我们的周边，因为相信呢，在我们雄青福利社里面提供给大家的都是最新的林书豪的周边。好，最后的10秒钟，9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1，时间到。好，我们看这边2颗，这边几颗。 恭喜你获胜了，柏志，小柏志，你获胜了。好，我们还有2位球迷，你先稍等一下哦。我们看他们3分球的同时，现场雄青赶快刷起来。来，球迷请就位。我们雄青1位雄青，对不对？准备好了吗？30秒的时间，最帅那种。如果你3颗赢了，礼物就你的。All right, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, here we go. 30秒的时间，如果你赢了，我觉得你们赶快所有的雄青赶快刷1颗了，你们赶快刷关键字呢？我们今天关键字就是钢铁时代来临 LIN， 加上你的座位号码，几颗了？加油，快点！2颗，对，5、4、3、2、1，最后一击绝杀！ Oh my god！ 你真的是像当时我一样绝杀，好不好？来，我们请2位球迷呢到旁边来领奖。好，这个是我们的3分球。接着下来呢，圆圆在场中，我们要请到 Wendy， 等一下来到现场。你们准备好了吗？刷好了吗？ 你记得进去我们的17 App， 我们17直播呢是全台湾第1名的平台，也是最热衷体育的平台。所以呢，待会我们准备要刷了。你们除了帮我们刷关键字，加上你区域号码之外，我们还有投票，投票直接把这个抱枕拿回去。我跟你们
Little shooting contest for Land South 一起来。 The theme this weekend by the title sponsors of the Kaohsiung 17 Live Steelers is Xiaohu, Hu Junxi, and Eddie Zhang Yaozong on the Mandarin broadcast. I'm Ryan Chen, joined by Liao. We're taking care of you guys on the English side. We bring you the leading scorers for the Dreamers. Brandon Gilbeck with 11 points leads the team. Lu Guanliang, who getting the starting nod and is the captain for the Dreamers with 10 points. With Gilbeck, you can kind of get the sense of some of the development he's made last year, but there's also a number of ones I'm sure he would have wished he could take care of as well. But he's going to be a big factor. Got to watch out. He has 3 personal fouls in the first half.
And absolutely, I mean, as we see, you know, he has a really good footwork underneath the basket, but it just seems like he can't tend to just put the ball into the rim in today's game.
And on the other side for the Steelers, Vyacheslav Kravtsov with 14 points. Jeremy Lin with 11. Of course, we have to check ourselves every time we get to have the honor of saying his name on air. He's got 11. Teammate Goku Taishin with 8 points. Little Lou and Jerry also have 8. And don't feel too bad for previous starting point guard Tanyowei. He's in fact a game high plus 16. So taking advantage of the little bit of a reduced role he has with the Steelers in this game, but every one of those possessions mattered, just like that last 3 made by Achi. But back on the Steelers side, Jeremy is definitely shown off his arsenal on the offensive end, whether it's the shot or whether it's assist. But as we can tell, the Dreamers will play him and any star player in the league very, very physically.
Yeah, and absolutely. I think Jerry on the Steelers side, you know, obviously he's coming off the bench, but it kind of gives him more time to rest, and it seems like he's got more energy and efficiency in this game.
3 minutes to the start of the second half.
好，来，我们请 Wendy 帮我们。那当然好，我们待会呢，重庆福利社线下的进行，我们还是有周边会送给大家。反正我们每个主场都会来，你就锁定我们重庆福利社。我们准备要截图喽，因为待会就要把时间交给你。今天上半场看得如何？是不是很棒？
哇，这尖叫声连连。
对，因为我们今天是满场的雄青朋友。
哇，太棒了，太棒了！
好，来，最后我们要来截图了。OK， 那我们呢？温迪是17直播很会唱歌的主播，你跟大家说一下你的 ID 好不好？
好，我的 ID 是英文的 Wendy， 然后中文的温蒂，然后呢是在晚上的10点半过后到半夜都会直播，希望大家可以来听我唱歌。
好，没问题，只要大家点进来我们的17直播呢，可以得到不管是音乐，不管是体育哦。好，那待会呢，今天人太多了，所以我们待会到场下再把这一位投票的大家截出来。我们先谢谢温蒂，
谢谢你们，谢谢。
好，我们可以抽了，来直接。好，来我们倒数。
是我来抽是吗？
直接按，直接按。
按吗？
对。
好，来。
好，是谁？1、2、3。7号。7
号耶！
我们请7号的我们投票榜的大家。
刚好是林书豪的。
对，我相信呢，这个7号就是代表我们今天的7号，可以帮助我们把胜利留到最后。
是的。
好，我们的球迷朋友雄青，听完了你的名字，来，我们的 ID 是 SGRAPSC， 好，我要重念一次哦。陆雨林，恭喜你，陆雨林到旁边来找我。好，我们是17直播的雄青福利社，我是圆圆，他是温蒂。接下来继续回到精彩的下半场比赛，交给买家。
好，再次感谢我们的主持人 DJ 圆圆，谢谢圆圆。我们的下半场比赛即将开始，请还在场外的球迷朋友可以陆续的回到我们的座位上，谢谢。
在一起，精彩任意，每个瞬间都有你在。17 Live。
我刚有看一个很像是你哥，对不对？啊，在那边那个没有，我只是看一下，但是他是才来的。对，他是上午看。对，没有遇到。对，但我是。
Dear viewers, think of where you were 11 years ago. The Patriots going up against the Giants in Super Bowl 46. Major League Baseball was going to have a wild card playoff. And shudder, the LA Kings eventually became the first 8th seed to win the Stanley Cup. While here in Taiwan, the Lanú Bears moved to Taoyuan International Baseball Stadium, renamed the Lamigo Monkeys, which began their dynastic run. And on the basketball side, Quincy Davis embarked on his first season here in Taiwan as a member of Puyuan, led by Roger Xu Jingze, who would they win the first of 4 consecutive SBL titles. And while I might not be Mike Green and Walt Clyde Frazier might not be on MSG Network here, but we're building something here in the Plus League that we're continue to be proud of and amazed by day. The first half highlights, getting a run, of course, of one Jeremy Lin, who's been a huge difference maker, and of course 9 assists is like we predicted. Getting his teammates involved is a big deal.
Absolutely, he's bringing the energy into the game. He did take some time to rest on the bench, but that's a good sign. He is hustling out there, and he's giving it all he's got.
Aji is getting the start in the second half for the Dreamers, and the Steelers, it's their starting 5. Bounce pass over to Pointer. 7 seconds left. Through to Zhou Chen, trying to spin, as they call it 3 seconds. I think it's on Zhou Chen.
That was a pretty good help defense by Steelers. Obviously, Dreamers were able to find the roll inside. However, Steelers, came out and closed out.
Now they might have the lead, but again, it's the third quarter, one of the weakest for the Steelers all year. Last game, yesterday, only 1 for 7 from 3-point range, and they didn't get to the free throw line.
Oh,
good double team by the Dreamers, and the Steelers lucky to hang on to it. Looks like Jeremy's going to be calling the play as the Steelers get organized. Back door, Jeremy squeezing through and in.
I feel like he took a pause in the air right there.
Quickly down the other side, Liao gets the good ricochet.
Can't celebrate that early. Have to get back on defense.
Again, Sir Dominic Pointer, the man tasked with guarding Jeremy, got a little bit of a split action. Gilbeck again doubling Jeremy every time. Kind of an adjustment than the traditional drop coverage they like to play.
Wow.
Gokul getting through, but overshoots it.
He cuts to the basket. That is his habit. So quick with the ball.
Pointer jump pass. Saved by a stadium worker for going into the lower concourse.
I love how everyone's involved, right? Everyone's got to keep an eye on the game.
There the back doors. Jeremy, smart.
Pump fake. And using his body to kind of create space for himself.
An awkward double collision, and they save the foul on Jeremy and Gilbeck and Achi, and just saying it's out of bounds. Kind of a funky play there. Well, you know what? They definitely saved a few people from fouls there. And anyways, it's Jeremy. They've been blitzing that pick and roll. Pointer got a hand on it, and it looks like it's going to be a turnover.
Oh, and Jeremy wants a recap.
And Tony will honor it. He'll go to the table, a gesture for the replay. Of course, it works differently in the Plus League than in other leagues in FIBA. There is video replays that can take place. But in the Plus League, if you're successful with the first one, you get to have another challenge.
Oh.
Previously, we had the goaltending challenge, but that was rescinded after some risky experiences we had. Might need a baseline look.
It looks like Pointer might have touched that last with his pop.
Maybe at the fingertips, but it takes us some wicked bounces down there. Of course, in the NBA, they can reverse foul calls because that means they don't need to revert any time on the clock. Get another look. That left hand could have also swiped in there too.
I think it could be Steelers ball.
We'll have to get the official word as the referees keep another eye on it. The Dreamers 3-7 on the road. Defensively, actually allow about the same amount of points in wins and losses on the road, but they're 82 points scored in their losses and 102 in their wins. Kind of gives you an idea of the seesawing. And indeed, like you pointed out, it's going to be with the Steelers, so successful challenge.
Yeah, I knew he's a man of integrity right here.
I don't know if you need to guarantee that. He is a basketball player after all, as Metcalf would say. Deep catch, and Gilbeck switched on him. Little Liu looking for an outlet. It's after how good, way deep. No good. So Pointer will try to go with some speed, stopped by Little Liu. An awkward fall there as referees say play on. Dreamers hang on to it. Aji working right, then left. Liu Guanliang attacking off the dribble. Nice feed, but Little Liu jumps in there for the steal. Go cool to Kratsov in deep. They call a foul as, again, Pointer calling for the replay review, but you cannot challenge fouls in the Plus League. Maybe that's something you brought over from the G League. Admittedly, I don't get to watch very much G League as get another look at the physical play down low.
Seems like Kratsov's habit is just to muscle in down in the paint. Not much footwork, but and not much net in this free throw.
As a bad miss will give Kratsov another opportunity. Pointer, they say, stepped in too early. This time he makes the adjustment. So another free throw coming up. The Steelers' biggest lead of the game happened in the first half at 21 points. You get another look. And one step, two steps, he was 3 steps in. So by rule, it's hard to defend for the Dreamers. Oh, it turns out to be a 2-for-2 trip.
Wow.
Lansaofu provides enough help as Aji to Liu Guanliang and another kind of trip foul there.
I think Steelers or the Dreamers are doing their best to kind of cut in and collapse Steelers' defense. However, you don't get a good dribble, or if you get fouled.
4 fouls on Little Liu.
And we're only the third quarter. Might be a little trouble here.
Interesting substitution. They're going to bring in Cho Bo-zong instead of Captain Liu.
Oh.
Don't forget, they also have Medium Liu stowed away on their registered roster.
How many Lius do we have?
There's just 3 Lius. For the Steelers, that is. Too physical against Liu Guanliang again. And another foul. They're trying to, the Dreamers, trying to make it a free throw situation. They say sideline out of bounds. So it's the Steelers who are trying to play physical. That swipe by Gokul is what was called. Definitely one you might be able to get on a little less experienced referees. Pointer attacks on the catch. Aji had that one blocked. They call a foul. And now we need to educate Jeremy that you can't challenge fouls.
And the cool thing with Aji is that, you know, I talked with him a little bit pre-game about, oh, ouch, that hurts. But he started watching Jeremy Lin when he was in middle school, and he's pretty grateful to be here, being able to play him now. So he's pretty excited and honored to be in this situation.
One of the better free throw shooters in the league, but maybe the broadcaster's jinx as he misses the first one too strong. He is a catalyst for the Dreamers off the bench, averaging a local high on the Dreamers of 14.7 points per game. He makes the adjustment. Now he's got 8 on the afternoon as Jerry will replace Jeremy as the Steelers point guard. Bats off at the high post, ran into dangerous pass. Faking out Pointer and stuff rejected by Gilbeck. made a decent move on Pointer, but there's another Dreamer back there ready for you. See the move by number 55, Kratsov.
Man, that one's got a little anger in it.
And again, Tank will check into the game to a healthy dose of fanfare. 7 seconds, they lose Jerry. He beats the Dreamers defense, but blows it at the rim.
Unable to finish. That's a great pump fake.
Pointer with some fancy moves to Brandon Gilbeck.
Wow. And that's what Pointer does. He is so good with that. He's a guy who shares the ball, even though he could have attempted it, but he knows that his teammates may have a better shot, a better quality shot.
There's the Pointer we know well. He gets the block shot, and it's off of the stealer, so a successful defensive possession. Pointer in the first half had 3 assists, leading the Dreamers, but he also had 3 turnovers, and activating the offense, something that they'd like to leave to other guys, but he's kind of the only one who's bringing the energy. In the second half, it's been Aji for the Dreamers. Screened by Chobol-Zong, but Aaron pass thrown away. I guess I maybe should lay off Aji a little bit there with the praise.
No, we all make mistakes.
Important part of the game for the Dreamers as Captain Lu's in. Go cool down the Kratsov.
This is the matchup we've been seeing a lot in today's game. Oh, the elbow to the head.
A little bit unlucky there, but Kratsov went down with the basketball, and he's still trying to recover from the contact.
Yeah, I'm still surprised that Steelers, you know, obviously you always want to feed your import, but
right to the temple area, you see. Maybe a little unlucky, but as debilitating as that was, just a common foul for now.
Yeah, that does not look intentional. It's part of basketball.
And now more Jeremy plus Jerry time on the floor.
You can hear it, like the crowd goes crazy when Jeremy Lin gets subbed in.
Try the same door play, nothing opens up. High screen and roll, slip past to Kratsov, beautiful tic-tac-toe to Tank.
Beautiful, and that is what Kratsov can do too. I mean, starting off with Jeremy Lin, finding a great roll.
Crashed into by Jerry, trying to argue that he caught ball, but he also got a lot of body there. So the Dreamers slowing down the Steelers' momentum after what you can only assume was a set play off the substitution. Easy pick and roll and big-to-big passing as you see Aji getting the hip bump. Aji at the line again. Doesn't quite feel like himself at the line. He's a little bit more jittery, but he sinks the first.
I mean, what can you say with the drums in the Steelers Stadium? It's a lot of noise, a lot of frequency, but wow, unfazed.
Aji just edged out in the inaugural Plus League season's Rookie of the Year voting against Oscar Galguahal. You could see him in action just in a short while, recovering from an injury. Jeremy in the corner, they say will step out of bounds. That time the Dreamers successfully trap him in the corner.
Yep, there it is. A little bit of that toe, right on the line. The shoe size was one size smaller. I think it would have been inbound.
Aji trying to put the moves on Jerry. No avail, so Gilbeck coming with the help.
Wow, with a skip pass.
Jeff Wu dancing off the rim. A chance to run. Captain Lu pulls up from 3. Yes! back up on top, but Gilbeck challenges the air. They're going to call a foul to the dismay of the home fans.
Secret. Oh, Jeremy Lin is waving. Like, get up, crowd.
There will be more free throws coming up for the Dreamers, as it's not the first time that Tank's put up a decent challenge at the rim. Called for the foul.
Sacrificing his body out there.
Now, admittedly, I did hear 2 whistles on the play. Well, that's our first stoppage in the second half as the Steelers continue to play strong here in the debut of one Jeremy Lin. We'll be back after this.
好的，我们第一位球迷，哇，等待许久，标准的手势出现了，谢谢这位球迷。我们下面一位，右手比出1，左手比出倒7，我们的粉红色洋基队的女生球迷朋友，右手1，左手倒7。好，我们这位球迷朋友非常好，谢谢你。下面一位，好，我们的高雄一期直播钢铁人的铁粉球迷，非常好。然后这位滑着 IG 的球迷朋友，下面一位，我们这位帅哥，右手比出1，左手比出7。好的，非常好。提醒以上有
Welcome back to the broadcast. It's good sight for us to see so much excitement around the Steelers, despite being in last place. Had a big acquisition just a few weeks ago, and now are playing strong in the debut of Lin Suhao or Hauke. Now, speaking about the influence of, he's getting a look at Tank catching Gilbeck on the wrist, and that's what was called. So
Tested that, but that is a foul.
Maybe we need to let the Steelers know too. But anyways, it's a foul. And so after Jeff Wu went to the States and under some hospitality by one Jeremy Lin, following year, his Dreamers teammate now in Chen, Chen Zhenyuan, and Steelers Wang Luxiang, joined by Charles Dongfang Yikang, all ended up at Lee Academy in Maine and made their way up to American universities.
Wow. I should see how, you know, little things and things Jeremy Lin is investing in next generation.
Kratzov from the short corner, bouncing it out as the Dreamers went with a zone defense there. And an aggressive foul by Captain Liu on the break.
And I think that's a big thing for Jeremy Lin. I think he's on a mission, you know. He's here to kind of inspire the next generation. You know, in his press conference, so he talked about how the training camps he held, you know, it doesn't turn these players amazing overnight, but it is through their work ethic and just by inspiring them, letting them know they have potential, kind of creates a culture in Taiwan basketball.
First made free throw by Achi. That's one thing that the Dreamers are doing well in this quarter, is getting to the line. A lot of early fouls by the Steelers. 3 in that one possession. A couple of makes for number 11.
It seems like the Steelers are putting some pressure off of Jeremy Lin by having Jerry bring up the ball.
Dobote got a hand on it, so it's going to be an ISO. Tough turnaround shot. He gets it through.
Jeremy Lin. He is doing the most under the lights in Formosa Stadium.
Jeff Wu trying to get the answer. It goes to the bottom. 2 points. Number 14. William Surn's first points of the game. Previously 0 for 6. Tank with a near miss there.
sounds like the crowd really wanted that ball to go in.
Very physical defense by Jerry. Probably got away with something there. It's going to be out of bounds off of the Dreamers. You can feel that their Dreamers rotation is shortening up quite a bit. You see the tough turnaround shot with the hand in his face.
Man, Jeremy is just full of confidence. I mean, when you play under big spotlights, you got to up your game, and that is what Jeremy Lin has in his tool belt.
Nice find by Goku and getting Gilbeck in the air. Again, taking advantage of tendencies. He's called for the foul. That's definitely starting to kind of creep into the nerves of the Dreamers if Brandon Gilbeck will be held out with foul trouble.
And that is something you would hate to see as a Dreamers fan. So Gilbeck is crucial for the defensive side in the paint. Everything kind of runs through that, and to having Gilbeck losing playing time because of foul, it's going to hurt the Dreamers a lot down the road.
On the other side, Kratzov short with a free throw. He has a team leading and game leading 16 points and throwing 10 rebounds. An 0-for-2 trip there, though.
Yeah, before this, he was pretty good and comfortable on the free throw line. Every point counts, though.
Chen will try from deep, in and out. Quickly down the floor, nice hands by Achi.
It's a good look, but did not execute it.
They don't call a foul this time as Ryan still on the floor.
Could have been. I think that could have been a block shot by Tank.
I'd like to see that one again. If Tanks can fly, this is what they would look like. The body bump and the hand was clean, I'll say that. The body bump they said was legal.
He is pretty big. It's kind of hard to avoid the body there. Especially with the Tank of that size.
Hook pass out to Dowei. Playing center for the Dreamers. Deflected pass. Will stay with the Dreamers. Only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. The rather big group out there for the Steelers. Goku, the shooting guard. Catching with a small forward as Achi floats it up and in. That's one tough guard out there. That's what everyone will say about him.
For sure, he is. Despite his size, he's quick and he does not give up on plays.
Captain Liu from the corner. Yes, he got it.
And that is what we want to see from Captain Liu.
But just as good, but even better, Achi from 45 on the left side. And that'll be the Steelers who call timeout, probably sensing an adjustment was needed. 69-58, so the Dreamers are kind of cutting into this Steelers lead. And they're doing it on the strength of none other than Achi, Ling Junji, 7 points on the quarter, throwing 2 assists as well.
Absolutely, and it seems like the Dreamers are starting to knock down their shots. In the first half, they haven't been getting good attempts, but the balls just haven't been going in favor. But Achi, even finishing the quarter with 3.
The Dreamers in their victories, 123 points, had 21 made threes. And in other games, I guess this is consecutive games, so in their previous victory, 11 made threes in a 106-point winning effort, but game scoring under 80 points, kind of predictably not shooting the ball well from the perimeter, and that's kind of the designs of the team as managed by general managers Jonathan Han. And theoretically, everyone out there is supposed to be a shooting threat, including their local bigs. I mean, Lee Do-wei has had hot shooting performances. Do Bo-Chen has, of course, started the games well, but they kind of want to see that good form continue. They find themselves down by 11. 3.5 left in the third quarter. Man, defense of the Dreamers. Go cool. Oh, didn't have a chance as Lin Suwei will be called for the arm hooking foul. Not a good way to start your first in the second half.
And this is a smart substitution matchup by the Steelers, giving Kratzov some resting time. Putting Ziwei in the center.
Ryan in the corner overshoots it, and awkward bounce of the basketball. The two other referees, though, come over trying to give number 10 officials some assistance as Tank, not so nice, suggesting some penalties against one Jeff Wu. They do say it's Dreamers basketball. He's quite fired up, stomping around out there. Get another look as Tank was the inside man. Aji penetrating to the right side, skip pass. Wu Guanliang brings it in, swishes the two.
That's a great play by him, knowing that Goku is going out to close, so he drives in and creates space for himself with a nice quality shot up by the elbow.
15 points in his afternoon as Jeremy looking for his first assist in the second half. No look to the corner, and that's a bad miss.
For the wide open shot, too.
Aji, Wu Guanliang again, more rotational plays. Jeff Wu this time from the right side, halfway down and out, and Goku.
Oh, what an outlet.
Little 2-on-1, takes the bump, and off to earn it at the line. Jeff Wu hustle back on defense.
Oh, seems like Goku might have jammed his finger a little bit. That layup. That was such a smart outlet pass by Jeremy Lin. Looking forward, having vision to attack the opposing rim.
Jeff Wu's been fired up for this game and appropriate for the billing. He was the poster guy as Derek Lee Do-wei with a little ineffective distraction there. Won't be doing it this time with the rebound coming up. Back to an 11-point lead.
Even just now, Jeremy Lin on the field, just talking with his teammates, kind of teaching them a few tips on basketball.
Positioning certainly a short three-pointer. This is Jeremy. The Captain Lou making one already. Not this one. Lansop was right there to pick up his senior teammate as Jeremy Lin with an easy bucket. Not to be outpaced, the Dreamers pushed ahead. Do-wei with the left hand. Pretty finish.
And that is something you have to watch for, because right after a change of possession, Dreamers turn it around really quick, and Achi just sprints down the court. The
Steelers will give it space, but it's Jeremy from the mid-range. Ooh, on his way down though, missing the push shot. Jeff Wu given space. Back to Do-wei as have a little bit of extra stuff going on. It's just a common foul against Lansop.
A little heat there.
Just a common foul with a little extra on top. Well, there you see the foul. Oh, it was Lansop with the intentional, then Do-wei with the right arm. Some extracurriculars that the referees
He doesn't like the snap.
are gonna go to the monitor for. Well, I mean, we pointed out some frustrations on the visiting Dreamers side, and You don't want it to cost you, though.
Absolutely not. And, you know, with basketball games, every point counts. And if there's a technical foul, it can hurt you.
With only 11 minutes, 13 minutes left in the game. The Dreamers are kind of running out of time as an unsportsmanlike was called on Doway, and that's really not worth it because you were getting fouled and the free throws were coming up.
And for Dreamers' defense, that was not necessary for Nan to the physical touch he was giving, but he is getting on the nerves.
So the result of it will first be the Doway free throws as the Dreamers are in the bonus, but then it's Lan Shaofu, 2 free throws in Steelers possession. Doway sinks the first one. He's been a veteran, joining the Dreamers in their inaugural year in the Plus League. And actually, of course, was a Yulong Dino for a decade plus. Coming right out of high school, one of the rarities for Taiwan basketball.
Wow, and it seems like when you come up at such a young age, you know, you really have to learn the game really quickly since you're playing with people with more experience.
And the referees will grant the Steelers a substitution to get Jerry in there. That's awful. Makes the first. In yesterday's action, almost 30 minutes played, 13 points, 6 rebounds.
Yeah, I'm surprised he is still playing tough basketball with back-to-back games. You know, I would feel exhausted, you know, after playing a long game the day before.
Gotta give credit to the work he put in, especially at NTSU. Again, zone defense by the Dreamers as they try to look inside, but Zoboton with the deflection. Trying to make it up on defense. 2-for-1 opportunity. Garrett screening for Pointer. Attacking on the catch. The high archer, no good.
And look at this. This is something that the Dreamers have an advantage for on top of Steelers. It's the second chance points. They are getting more of those.
Aji met at the rim and he's doubled down. Still hurt as the ball jumps out of bounds. Could be a number of things with Aji there. Maybe a hit to the funny bone as he was kind of favoring one of the elbows. Get another look at Aji taking on Shaofu. Good on him just to get the shot off, but the ball afterwards is what's caused our stoppage here.
Yeah, I think
he's on his feet though. And you see landing on his left elbow. He's going to get subbed out of the game, but walking off, trying to shake it. So after they mop up the floor, it'd be Steelers possession with 14.5 on the clock.
Oh, and Jeremy's back in for the last possession. The coach wants him to run something.
Getting to the rack, erased by Pointer to Jerry, who makes a very poor pass.
Oh.
He won't be credited with a turnover, but interesting decision-making by number 4 there. They do have a 11-point lead on the Dreamers heading to the 4th and final quarter here in Kaohsiung.
再次感谢我们的钢铁女神雅典娜精彩的表演，谢谢他们。接下来呢，要宣布一个消息，我们的蓝一区3排19号，蓝一区3排19号，我们的 BOA 0624这位球迷朋友，恭喜你获得我们的17直播加码的3万元。以及呢，我们的 ID 酒精毒药这位球迷朋友，酒精毒药，恭喜你获得我们的林书豪签名球衣1件，恭喜你！以上宣布的2位球迷呢，请到我们的入口球迷服务处找我们的工作人员，谢谢。
Thanks for tuning into the broadcast. Be sure to leave a like on the stream. We are in the final 12 minutes of regulation here in Game 61. The Plus League debut of one Jeremy Lin.
And one of the big concerns that the Steeler coach have been talking about is fatigue for the team. The tendency is that Steelers kind of underperformed in the second half due to just tiresome and low in energy in the roster.
That's certainly not going to help. Jeremy with a little ouchie on the contact there. And a look at kind of taking a false step there against Doway. He'll stay in the game.
That is an ouchie for sure.
He tries from 3, no good, as Kratsov takes advantage of the offensive rebounding opportunity. It's Pointer in and Kratsov for their respective teams as we are entering the 4th quarter in the Plus League. Only 1 import allowed on the floor. Little through pass, but Lansov was there for the challenge. Horn set for Jeff Wu. Maneuvering right. He's got the angle, but missing the layup.
Yeah, and for now, Steelers have to really take advantage of this opportunity when Gobik is out, sitting on the bench, to really attack the rim.
So, of course, to end the 3rd quarter, we got to see the athleticism of one Sir Dominique Pointer.
Oh, yes.
Get another look. Well, might not be able to see it from the baseline camera, so maybe a challenge wouldn't have been good. It's Dreamer's ball, 1 second left. Kratsov will take 1/3 of a second off the timer.
What can you do in .8? But lob the ball?
Well, you can catch and shoot as long as you have more than .4 on the clock. So it's Jeff Wu. They're going to call a shot clock violation as Lansov might get credit for the block there. So successful defensive possessions. Lansov in the high post, Kratsov in the low post, but the Dreamers, it's a zone defense that switches the man. To the corner, the shot is up, but partially deflected.
Yeah, the Dreamers are doing a great job forcing the Steelers. Kind of push them out into the perimeter and also on their bigs too.
Doway looking for a Pointer down low. Puts it up and out as Captain Liu will be slow to get up and the referees
There's a collision.
Grant them a stoppage.
And we do see blood.
So they'll have a little bit of time to kind of sort that out as those were some former teammates in Li Towei and Captain Liu Zhenlu.
Let's see this collision here.
Oh, an elbow to the face.
Elbow to the face.
Doesn't look with any ill intent, but kind of just everybody's in the wrong place at the wrong time there.
Absolutely.
But Liu Zhenlu still on the floor, perhaps. Maybe it's a bloody nose, of course. Would hate to have a broken nose situation here, which presumably will take him out of the game. But to calm the bloody nose.
And that is why people start wearing masks, the face mask, to games, huh? Protect their face. Seems like it's an injury that's occurring more often than usual.
The referees gesture for a substitution. Don't presumably think they might issue a foul there. if you're curious, Dewey has 5 personal. They mop up the floor as well.
Looks like the coach is not happy. The Steelers.
More Jerry and Jeremy possessions, but they hand it off to each other. Getting the mid-range, nice find. And is that a foul on 26 Lee Dewey? He is out of the game then.
A little contact. Wow, seems like Dreamers are getting a little foul trouble, some of their players. I don't know about you, but I feel like Jerry could have taken that shot himself. Wide open.
Excuse me, that was on Tobotan, so he has some fouls in the reserves. But already 2 on the Dreamers to start the quarter. The inside corner, Kratzov looking for a teammate, but spins and fires. Had a few opportunities.
Yeah, I think right off the 4th quarter, the Dreamers have been forcing Steelers to make shots with a few seconds left on the shot clock, which tends to make up of some not so good quality shots.
Only have 2 points in this 4th quarter, and it's the Kratzov putback too. Nothing in the regular offense as Jeremy Lin catches and fires off iron.
Maybe it's a rim, Brian. I feel like this rim closer to us is not falling.
Want to repeat that again? As there, Jeff Wu's shot might have got a piece of the orange, but he'll take a seat for Lu Guanliang. Steelers zone offense is Kratzov in the corner. Jerry to Little Lou, pointer up for the challenge. Another catch and shoot for Lin, yes!
That is a better shot. The Steelers waited for the right moment, the right time. Give it to their best 3-point shooter of the night.
The other side, Dewey's shovel past a pointer, taking on the entirety of the Steelers defense. Another miss, and the Dreamers slow up the Steelers. Little Lou taking a little bit of a hit, but
sell a foul there, but could not get the ref.
Over to Jerry, he makes it too!
Steelers are making a run. Feeling comfortable outside the arc. And Jeremy Lin is excited for himself and his team and his teammates.
8 minutes and 24 seconds. The Dreamers call timeout, and it'll be our last commercial break of the afternoon. Back with the rest of the action right after this.
Hold it.好的，想要17宝宝的球迷朋友，小心自己脚边安全哦，海报来。好的，小心自己脚边的安全哦，谢谢球迷朋友。
Welcome back inside Kaohsiung Formosa Stadium, where the new-look Steelers have themselves the lead against the Formosa Taishin Dreamers. And before we went into break, it was Jeremy Lin and backcourt mate Jerry Chen Wei with a couple of three-pointers to send the Dreamers to a timeout. And initially, that zone-to-man defense was working, but you give Jeremy, you give Jerry enough time. I guess Double J is going to be the new thing around here.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you get the open shots, they are shooters and they shoot.
Gilbeck in for the Dreamers. Kravtsov will remain. Lansalfu defending. Malushan with a lot of fouls to his name. We'll see that one pass to Gilbeck, who splashes the two. A needed bucket for the Dreamers.
Gilbeck is coming in with the hopes of inching closer to the Steelers, putting in effort.
Jeremy squeezing, but passing. Now it's Lansalfu's turn, overshoots it. One thing that Tony's talked about is trusting the process, you'll hear a lot, and that means going with the offense and taking the open shots. Liu Guanliang does so there, but it's Gilbeck who's fouled underneath. The referees kind of cool him down. He'll go to the line. Not much else happening.
I mean, ever since Gilbeck coming into the game, he is causing trouble already for the Steelers.
Well, you could kind of understand how Gilbeck a little emotional as he kind of took it to the face. Just a common foul. But too strong with that first free throw. The Dreamers have an advantage in this department, 15 of 22 against the Steelers. 10 of 15. Gilbeck can't make the adjustment.
I mean, I wouldn't blame him. The crowd is being really distracting in this arena right now. They're all up in hopes of a win for the Steelers.
Kravtsov on the block. Gilbeck does the dance away and causes the travel.
It's a smart move by Gilbeck there, knowing that Kravtsov's gonna muscle himself in, so he kind of lean back and cause Kravtsov to walk an extra step.
There's a foul inside, and one coming up for Brandon Gilbeck. He's been playing tough, and right now is the best thing going for the Dreamers in this fourth quarter. You see taking the contact once, then the second time. Again, Jeremy Lin not digging down with a clean defensive play. Gilbeck at the line, this time sinks it.
Yeah, Gilbeck's trying to talk to his teammates and trying to get the energy up, get the heads up, and not giving up.
Tough shot, but it's going to be a miss. Looks like he'll stay with the Steelers as Jeremy trying to get the call, and of course, as customary, checking his elbows and his hands.
You see the refs helping Jeremy stand up a little bit. I think nobody wants Jeremy Lin to get injured.
Out of the baseline, it's Little Lou. Working with Kravtsov, his shot is up. Lansalfu had inside position, and they call it off of him, though. So a defensive stop for the Dreamers. They need to keep stringing these together. Aji's running the point, maneuvering left. Global to stop. Chen, nice through pass. Eventually going out to Liu Guanliang. Step back three on the way. It's good.
Yeah, I think Jeremy Lin really wanted a charge over there, but unfortunately he was right underneath the basket.
Taking the contact, putting it on target, and Kravtsov.
Oh, my PLG! Kravtsov, man, what a follow-up. Unbelievable.
On the other side, Aji shakes his defender, gets it back, and it looks like we'll get the charge. Is that number 7? Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Finally gets it.
You know, if it doesn't work, you just try it again, and there he is. He gets the charge called on him. That's great. Fantastic placement by Jeremy Lin. Man,
it seems like he had a whole nother gear when shifting over to help, and there you see the courage.
Wow. I would be kind of scared to stand in front of a big guy running towards me, but Jeremy Lin with the heart.
Under 6 minutes to go. 13-point lead as they cover up the pocket pass. Little Lou line drive out. Aji given room. Kind of lost the handle there.
Yeah, it seems like it just slipped out of his hand. Gilbert and Aji communicating. You know, because previously they have been running a lot of high pick and rolls with each other. Maybe they're trying to work something up. Give Dreamers a little boost here offensively.
Jeremy going to the cup, leaving for Krasov inside, and a little acrobatics as the big man tumbles around. He'll have to earn it at the line, but another chance for assist as on the perimeter. The Dreamers don't have much to stop the dribble penetration, and indeed a sixth foul for Brandon Gilbeck.
And that is something the Dreamers do not want to see. That is their big last line of defense in the paint, and now he is out.
Give him credit for playing hard and giving the Dreamers a chance in this fourth quarter. Fouling out will mean Pointer, and Doway's in there. That's off, again short.
And previously, before the game, I talked with Gilbeck a little bit about his matchup with Krasov, and you know, he said he has respect for this guy. You know, he is a good player. So today he came in with respect in this matchup of the big guys.
Aji out to Pointer. Out to Doway. Gets by one in the pass. Sails out of bounds. Doway a little bit rushed there.
It seems like everything is going for the Steelers here.
Jeff Wu will check in the game as the Dreamers continue to size down. A little bit of an errant pass.
Stays alive.
Krasov will take his time. Pointer guarding him.
Is he going to go in with two people on him? Yes, he will do it. He has the mass. He has the height. Man, Krasov is just muscling in, being a bully underneath the rim.
Aji with a missed three. It's Jeremy who will bring it up. Taking the contact, putting it on target, and Krasov another board, but Aji jumps in there. Spreading it out wide, beating Lansov when he dribbles it out of bounds.
I thought Aji was gonna slow down, knowing that it's gonna be a 1-on-3. But unfortunately, he turns the ball over. There seems like there's a urgency in the Dreamers offense. Kind of put shots up as the time is winding down.
Out of bounds off of the Dreamers, and right now you definitely sense maybe the fatigue level working against both teams, but Jeff Wu, he's one that's looking a little bit feisty out there.
Absolutely, and I'm looking at Jeremy Lin right now, and he is second win.
An assist though for number 7, corner shooter Wang Luxiang. That makes it double digits for Wang Luxiang. Little Lou, we call him. Jeremy can't get the back door and commits the foul on the recovery. Gotta watch out now. He's kind of piling up his own fouls.
For
Got
sure.
5. There's Little Lou. So much improvement shooting the ball from the outside compared to his rookie year. In fact, 42% now on the season. Another miss by a Dreamer at the line.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Lin in a little foul trouble, but we are in fourth quarter.
Jerry's looking for Kratsov.
And this is kind of what we want right now.
And Doe with a reaching foul, and interesting situation for the Dreamers.
I mean, this is a classic move, you know, while the Steelers' import is kind of has a size advantage, and it's a simple move, but you just feed it to the post and let him do his work. And, you know, he caused a foul, and now he has opportunity at the free throw line.
Previously an 0 for 2 trip. This time he goes 2 for 2. Excuse me. Doe still has some fouls to his name as the Dreamers call timeout, down by 20.
Wow.
Their fourth quarter has not been able to swing the momentum like they like to, but they're also kind of just running out of horses with Gilbeck fouling out, and of course Pointer and Aji doing their best to create some offensive opportunities. But on the afternoon, it is owned by the Kaohsiung 1-7 Live Steelers, who have sold out the arena for the first time in team history.
Wow. And from previous game, Captain Liu did talk about how the atmosphere of the arena can kind of change the way the players play. And as we can see today with the full attendance in stands, the Steelers is bringing out a different energy today against the Dreamers. And of course, in addition to new addition to the team, Jeremy Lin. He seems like an encourager out there, and he's sparking something special on this Kaohsiung Steelers team.
The Steelers out of the timeout first, but Jeremy and Tony with a few more exchanges of information and ideas as we get another look at a record-tying performance. Jeremy Lin with 13 individual assists on the game, which ties the league record. And making most of his hay in the first half, as talk about how impressive that is, because he's still getting used to playing with his teammates out there. And in the second half, though, the Dreamers have done a slightly better job on number 7, but at the same time, they also have to look at themselves and the missed opportunities they've had out there, whether it's shooting the 3-ball or really stopping the offensive attack of Vyacheslav Kratsov inside.
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest hits the Dreamers are taking is the foul trouble by Gilbeck. You know, when people are driving in and they see Gilbeck, it'll always be a tough attempt, but without Gilbeck, you know, it's a slightly easier attack for the Steelers.
Duban now missed the 3, then rolls in the 2. So a good start. Of course, they got to pick up their comeback pace. Jeremy trying to cross over on Jeff, who's played him well. The double comes. He passes out of the double.
I do not know how you can get out of that.
As Chobo-Zong airballs it. If you don't know already, Guabao or Fa-Bao is the Taiwanese way of saying airball. Mianbao, as Doe makes it 2 in a row. And it seems like Tony is not super happy with the progression of the last possession. So I will admit, it is getting a little warmer here late in their game, so somebody opened a window, and that's why Chobo-Zong missed so badly. That has to be it.
That could be it. Man, I'm actually really impressed. Even just now, Jeremy Lin being double teamed, he stayed composed and stayed on his pivot and looked for an open pass.
Tony with just a quick message, getting his players out on the floor again. He'll head out as the Dreamers will be second out of their timeout. Looking ahead to the next games for each of the teams, the Dreamers will be the home team on a Friday and Saturday back-to-back against the Pilots, then these very Steelers, who only have one game next week.
As we can see right now, Captain Lou's got some Band-Aid on his face. Gonna stop the bleeding from the injury he just had in fourth quarter. Wonder if that's gonna affect his shooting, his vision.
Jeff Wu reaches back and gets the steal. Forced to slow it up. 2 minutes left in the ball game. Luguan now will try again. In and out. Wow. He's had those openings for the Dreamers, and they trust him, but he's not converted on enough of them. Pointer playing tough D on Wang Yuxiang. Jeremy double, has to throw it out. 7 seconds left. Jerry puts it up and puts it in. Creating a little bit more separation as the Dreamers in desperation now.
Yeah, when you have a defense that kind of spaced out so much, when you attack, you get so much space inside, and that is what Jerry did. He drove. He was able to get a shot in.
Another miss by Luguan Liang. As we have a collision. Both players are all right, but just a common foul, and presumably more free throws coming up. And previously, with some kind of inconsistent play, but Qiu Bozang is about ready to check in for the free throw shooting Jeremy Lin, who is a career NBA and CBA combined 80% from the line.
Is it just me, or am I hearing MVP chants here?
Maybe they should have saved it as Jeremy misses the first free throw.
It can't be distracting.
You got another free throw coming up. I'm not going to put that on me. That's on the crowd. He splits the trip, and now he'll head on off.
What a performance by Jeremy Lin. Giving it all he's got. Making sacrifices, taking charge, and also making plays and valuable assists to his teammates today against the Dreamers.
Kratov will get a block shot to his name to end his afternoon as Lin Ziwei will check in for him. Kratov getting yesterday off, but today putting in 24 points, 17 rebounds. Oh, he was missing a block shot, and now we have that. I guess he has that. I did not do anything to help out in that area.
You helped him.
Aji, previously 7 for 8, misses the first. He, along with Luguan Liang, are the only locals to score in double digits for the Dreamers. Kind of putting the finishing touches up on this one. Don't forget, in the evening, it's the Hsinchu Jiko Lioneers in Taoyuan against the Taoyuan Pilots. Those two teams with only 2 head-to-head matchups left against each other. We have only about halfway of the season left. Little Lu looking for Ziwei. Out to Jerry. Running shot was grabbed by Pointers. Still playing hard. He'll get it to Aji. That's a beautiful bucket, but 32 seconds left in the game.
Captain Lu telling his teammates to kind of slow down. Being the veteran he is, you know, right now it is not the time to turn the ball over. Running the clock out. If anything, create a quality shot with the time you have.
Pass out to Qiu Bozang. He thinks better on that 3-point shot, but with 7 seconds left, presumably only have one possession in the game. It's Achi who will say no to the shot, as for the first time you get to see some streamers in Kaohsiung Fosan Arena for the Steelers' victory over the Dreamers. They're third on the season, and of course, goes without saying, but we should say it again. The debut of Jeremy Lin has been a success, I would say, if you're the Steelers fans, coming out to a 95-80 victory.
Yeah.
And we appreciate all of you for joining our broadcast. And we hope to see you in future broadcasts. We bring you the post-game interview short enough before throwing it to commercial, as our colleagues on the broadcast put together the logistics. And a major positive sign if you're the Steelers is not so much just the victory, which they dearly needed, but is the effort and urgency, which was also lacking.
Yes, absolutely. And hopefully with the fans too. The fans will show up to home games and even away games too to support the Steelers and create an energy like today.
Now, Jeremy has committed to continuing his charitable causes with every three-pointer made, and he'll also throw out signed jersey and sneakers.
Who gets it? Wow! I see a lot of people boxing out, and good basketball fundamentals to fight for the jersey.
Well, he will play for at least a handful of games, so those are opportunities to be had. And for the Steelers, they still keep a little bit of hope left.
Do you think he'll throw his shoes this way?
No, he will not. Don't be so wishful, Paul.
He is walking it to, a little kid, a fan on the sidelines. Hey, like I said, he is inspiring the next generation. That is his mission here. And man, he's doing big stuff in Kaohsiung and Taiwan. And in P.LEAGUE too.
Of course, no surprise that entourage of people surrounding him as they finally get set up with Eddie Tang Yaozong in the postgame. There's Eddie.
高雄一期直播钢铁人这场比赛的 MVP 林书豪。我们先请林书豪来跟今天现场满场凤山5000名观众朋友来打声招呼吧。
大家好，谢谢，这是最棒的一个欢迎吧。你们都花很多，不但是你们的钱，你们的时间，周日过来看我们打比赛。这是我第一个职业球员的一场比赛在高雄，所以非常感谢大家的欢迎。
好。
Jeremy sharing he's thankful for the
接下来我们要请林硕来谈一下
their time and their
生涯的第一场比赛
ticket game
拿下了21
and a great way to start his career in Kaohsiung.
磨合就1个礼拜的时间，你是怎么样来准备这场比赛，以及如何在
And asked about now the preparation he made.
其实也是需要感谢我的队友，他们今天给我很多机会，就是控制球，也是处理球。那 当然，我一直跟我自己说，如果能保持第一场，因为第一场体能会是最难的吧，因为蛮久没有打这样子一场比赛，可是他们就是很耐心的，一直跟我沟通，一直教我这些战术什么什么，包括像今天他们守了联防，我们一整个礼拜就是因为时间太短了，没机会学联防的战术，所以我们就是一边打一边学，就是这样子，可是到最后 能够赢下来这场比赛，也是靠我队友跟教练团队的努力。
好，接下来要请林硕来谈一下今天传出13个助攻，在第一场比赛就追平了 Plus 单场助攻纪录。谈一下你跟队友之间的配合还有连接。
说实话，我们的配合和连接，也就是第一场肯定达不到我们的上限。我会觉得现在可能 4、5，如果是1到10，可能4或者5，可是我们会继续这样子。那我觉得第一场可以到4或者5，已经算是非常好的。那我们就会继续保持联系，看这些影片，继续加油。我们也会用我们全力去代表高雄。
最后来请林书豪
Jeremy
谈一
saying
下
they've only
第4节
probably
站上
reached
罚球
4 or
线的时
5 out
候，
of 10
现场主
points
场
for
球
their
迷对你高
collaboration.
喊 MVP， 当下听到的感受是什么样？
当下吓一跳，因为我可能从来没听过 MVP 的 Chen，在 NBA 肯定不会有这个 MVP 的 Chen。
He is
像我刚刚说
MVP in our
的，
hearts.
你们把这个全部的环境变得那么嗨，那么好玩，我就是真的很感动。今天会有很多情绪，因为这几年也是算是比较困难的一个经验吧。可以回到今天，我永远不会忘记我在高雄第1场的比赛。谢谢你。
Jeremy sharing that the fans made it really fun for him, an emotional debut, partly because of how tough it's been.
Oh, his teammates coming in and giving him a shower.
We have a break before wrapping things up from Kaohsiung, where the Steelers are victorious.
Oh, Captain Lou.
我们刚海报已经抽完了，我们现在要抽出帕里巴黎自助餐，我们的餐券1位，还有我们的 Hotel Dua 的住宿券1位。想要的球迷朋友赶快注意到我这边哦，先不要离席哦，搞不好在离席的最后呢，刚好抽中你。好，我们恭喜第1位呢，抽中帕里巴黎的自助餐晚餐券1张的球迷朋友，来自我们3楼钢铁益智区黄7区13排2号，黄7区13排2号，恭喜这位球迷朋友。那我们下面1位呢，抽出我们的 Hotel Dua 饭店住宿券双人房型1晚。好，恭喜我们的球迷朋友。来自我们2楼钢铁之魂区红5区，钢铁之魂区红5区的球迷朋友，3排21号，3排21号，恭喜这2位球迷朋友抽到我们的赛后好礼，恭喜你们！也再次谢谢现场所有球迷朋友莅临我们今天凤山体育馆观场我们的高雄17直播钢铁人比赛。希望在下一次的主场也可以看到各位球迷朋友，谢谢各位球迷朋友，谢谢。
Sending the fans and the cheerleaders and maybe some teammates home happy. The Kaohsiung 1-7 Live Steelers pull out the victory against the Formosa Taishin Dreamers behind one Jeremy Lin's leadership and the energy that he brings with him. It was tangible in the building as we share the combined team stats there on the screen. And of course, three-point shooting has kind of been the key for the Dreamers. And despite Lu Guanliang and Aji doing their best, they really couldn't get anyone else going from deep. And for the Steelers, bringing Kratzoff in kind of fresh, it was pretty clear that he was really sharp and ready to go for this game. Coming up, as we previewed before, it was the Hsinchu Jiekou Lioneers against the Kaohsiung Pilots coming up. In fact, will be coming up. Tip-off is in just a couple minutes. So quickly, we bring you the preview for the upcoming games. As we mentioned, the Dreamers will be home for 2 consecutive days. It's Friday against the Pilots and the Steelers, who I'm sure the Dreamers want to get right back at. That is a makeup day as well. So Paul, it's really great to have you on the weekend and certainly very exciting, and hopefully good things to come for maybe the Steelers, who were certainly looking pretty aimless halfway through the season.
Absolutely, it's something nice to see. You know, having Jeremy Lin and new roster bring different type of energy to the game.
All right, thank you for that, Paul. We'll see you in the future, and thank you, the viewers, on behalf of the 6 teams in the league and the league operations. I've been Ryan Chen, and thanks, Paul, once again. We'll see you guys in the next one.